Okay. Do I need Chris? Push that down or not? Ball nine.
Oh, I hear you now.
Okay.
Don't turn him up too loud. He gets really loud.
Yes, I do. And welcome back to the 2013 D1 National Championships, Des Moines, Iowa, Wells Fargo Arena. My name is Steve Foster. I'm next to Mr. Jeff Murphy. Caleb Nimbers down there on the far side. We'll do a mic check. It's kind of hard not to, really. But thank you, Chad Chris. Good job as always, my friend.
Should I talk like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Is that
not.
you, Jeff?
Yep. Crank it up just one more notch.
Something like that?
Right, like that. Perfect, perfect.
Mr. Nimbers?
Welcome aboard.
Yeah, good job, Caleb. All the way from Boston, Massachusetts. Or do they just call it Mass out there, Boston, Mass?
It's usually just Boston, Mass, man.
Somebody like Zabriskie used to tell me, Steve, don't call it New Jersey. It's just Jersey.
Yes,
yeah.
Jersey.
He said you're going to get people angry if you go out there and use the new.
Yeah.
It's just the Jersey.
The dirty Jersey, man. The dirty Jersey.
Yeah. Boy, I tell you, what a round we had. You know what I'm going through my mind, guys. I just felt the spirit of wrestling coming over me last time. I'm almost in tears. It's just the way they started off. That thing was just explosive. With McDonough going down to Garrett.
I was in tears.
Delgado
Had more to do with pinching my finger in the chair than it did.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I'm glad to see that it hasn't fell off yet.
No, not yet.
Haven't been forced to amputee it yet either. So. But, wow, we got a fun round, guys. Quarterfinals of blast, actually. A lot of good action.
I'll tell you what, it was
semis are always good.
Great quarterfinals earlier today.
Yep. We'll bring you the semis, and I know, Jeff, you mentioned a little bit ago, we'll keep track of the stuffs out on the fringe and the edge as well, because those are so important, too, for team races and
a lot of the experts will tell you that they like the quarterfinals better than the semifinals, because you get a lot of those upsets more. I mean, not as many upsets are usually in the semifinals, obviously, but
and you're going to have 4 focused matches instead of just 2, so the mathematical possibilities of there being a lull in all of them at the same time is pretty remote, and there wasn't much of a lull, really. All those matches just took off. I mean, they started off at 25 with Delgado trailing right at the end of the match. He comes back and wins his big match against, I think it was Krazer. Is that right? Krazer?
Yep.
And then the freshman from Cornell taking down McDonough and was victorious. Helped me out on the 25.
Yeah, a lot of the Hawkeye fans seem to think that was something wrong with that, but I know they reviewed the whole thing.
Yeah, they took it to review, and then, of course, Waters just kind of quietly winning his matches by more points than his opponent. That's about it, but all you got to do is win 5 in a row, one at a time.
Yeah, to be honest with you, though, I mean, when Delgado came back and won that, after that, when I was thinking about it this afternoon, he might just have destiny on his side here with something like that kind of comeback with that amount of time left. It might just be his year.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's tough. And Jeff and I saw him, Caleb, out to the Big Tens, and we spent some time with Mark Perry and Wynn Mihalik at in the lobby at the motel. And Mark told me, he said, I think we have McDonough figured out, but now they don't even got to worry about that. McDonough's in the wrestle, but he's going down for All-American status only, so now they got to take on the other super freshman, Garrett, from Cornell. And Delgado's just sophomore, junior, I believe. I don't think he's a senior, so he came with Mark Perry from California, I know.
He's a sophomore.
I thought he was young.
He's from Gilroy, California. Gilroy, the garlic capital of the USA.
There you go. That's how he does it, huh?
I've been there.
That's how he does it.
Guys, not to get into that, but we just talked about McDonough.
Yeah.
And not to really talk about the losers bracket that much, but to be honest with you, what a lot of people don't know is, okay, McDonough lost. Okay, like he lost in the quarterfinals here this morning. Well, he's never done that before.
Nope.
So, and never lost that early.
Good point. Very good point.
So it's going to be really, he loses again first round here. He's out. He's not even an All-American.
Yep.
So
because technically you got to win again, and I tell you what, like Caleb pointed out, he's been to this big show 3 times, and guess what, guys? He's been in the finals all 3 times. So this is a whole new experience for him.
So let's talk just for 1 minute about the consolations tonight. I prefer to call it the consolations rather than the losers bracket.
Yeah, wrestlebacks.
You also probably played T-ball. And
and everybody wins and kumbaya, and that happened a lot in our family. We got to fight every night at dinner because there were 6 kids and 5 pork chops. So
wow,
that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a blue-collar family living, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
out on the farm.
So in the consolation round, it's really critically important to talk about the fact that they're going to wrestle 2 rounds of that tonight. But the first one is absolutely most important in the world, because if you win that first match tonight in the consolation round, you are an All-American.
Right.
And you'll get no less than 8th place. So that's really the big matchup. And so especially for a lot of guys that are up and coming, maybe not so much for the guys who've been a national champion once, and maybe that's a little bit of a letdown to be back in that round. But I got to tell you, for those guys that are trying to get to that All-American status and been ranked in the top 10 all year, maybe 7, 8, 9, 10, it's a big deal.
Yeah. It is a big deal. Yep.
And we were just talking too, especially for some of these schools that so you can say what you want about the Penn States and the Iowas and the Oklahoma States that are in the hunt, but you get down to some of these schools that maybe are in the 15 through 25, and they get an All-American or 2 in their program, and they got something for the other kids to look up to, and some leaders, something to aspire to.
To be quite honest with you, not even that, but it's really important money-wise for these programs, because these summers they're able to put on that flyer. Yeah, we've got 2 All-Americans last year who are going to be working with your kid.
Yep.
Okay, so that's really big. That's what people don't look at all the time. Like, trust me, as a high school coach, I'm not going to send, kids to a camp that I don't think they're going to be working with quality college wrestlers at.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough, even though we know being around a 12 is not even anything to be ashamed of, obviously, but you don't see that on a lot of brochures. Come wrestle with 3 of our round of 12 guys.
Yeah.
No.
And they're excellent wrestlers.
Yeah,
you and I, we've wrestled enough. We know to make these D1 teams.
Those are the rest of the
wrestler,
yeah.
but that just, it just doesn't stick like you say an All-American or national champ. Come to our camp. We have 5 round of 12ers. So
that's right.
So, but yeah, this is important. Nothing against those kids that have made the round of 12, because I've seen a lot of great wrestlers make it that far and not quite get in the All-American.
Well, actually, when we were talking with Bannock here earlier, it was kind of like when we were talking about heavyweight with Gibson. Gibson wrestled McClure, who pinned him before earlier in the year. Who cares about that? He pinned him now.
Yeah,
so
that's
who
right.
really
that
cares?
Was in, this
he
is
pinned
now.
him when it counted. So
big,
that's great that you have a good record during the regular season, but man, let's see when the lights come on.
Yep. Yeah. 3 days in college wrestling. All right, fellas, well, let's talk about the team title for just a little bit, because things really got spread out last round as we talked about it. So Penn State in number 1 with 77.5 points. I'm just going to list off the top 4 right now, 5. All right, so Penn State in 1 with 77.5. Oklahoma State with 69.5. 65.5. So a full 12 points back. Minnesota at 49.5. Probably far enough back that they can see a cloud of dust up in front of them with Penn State, but it's a ways in front of them.
Yeah, it's out there.
And then Iowa at 39 points. I can't tell you the last time I remember that going into the semifinals, the Hawkeyes were 37.5 points, 38.5 points out of first place.
A long time, really has. The Hawkeyes are kind of fallen on some hard times. They got 2 in the championship and 5 in consolations.
Well, then they've got the Missouri Tigers and Cornell that are just right behind the Hawkeyes. The Hawkeyes at 39, Missouri with 38.5, and Cornell with 37, and they've got
3 and
a
3
fair number of wrestlers left. So absolutely. So, if you look who's left, Penn State still 5 guys in the championship bracket, and 2 in the consolations. Oklahoma State with 5 guys in the championship bracket and 2 in the consolations. And then Minnesota with 2 in the championships and 7 in the consies. Iowa with 2 in the championships, 5 in the consies, and Missouri and Cornell with 3 in the championships, and then 3 and 1 in the consies. So with this juggernaut of Penn State and the bonus points that they're scoring, it's
been the difference.
5 guys in the championships and 2 in the consolation. Boy, it's going to be tough for somebody to catch them.
Yeah, you're right about that. But what's kind of interesting though is kind of looking at that 5 through 15, and what's really surprising.
There's a lot of dog fights
what
there.
Doug Schwab is doing with Northern Iowa. That is awesome what he's doing. They're in 11th place right now. They've still got, he's seeded 6th or whatever, so he should be kind of in this position. But he's in the semifinals. He's had a couple upsets in there. He's changing kind of the way that the program is perceived a little bit. You know, they're getting some respect back. You know, and
well, that's just it. You look at some of the ups and some of the downs, and so Northern Iowa really up. Edinburgh wrestling really well, in the 8th spot right now.
Oregon State.
Yeah, Oregon State. Then you look at some of the downs, you know. You look all the way down here to 26th place where Lehigh and Wyoming are tied for 26th.
Who would have thunk it, huh? They were counting Alfonso Hernandez to score some points, and I didn't get to see that one. But Meeks pinned Hernandez. What was that like, guys? Did you see that one?
Oh,
Do you remember how that was? Did he catch him?
No. Meeks just came on. Meeks tilted him a couple of times late in the match.
Yeah, and even to be honest with you, look at a Michigan. You know, I mean, I'm not on the show with you guys all the time, but to be quite honest with you, the resources that they have, I mean, Cliff Keen, he's a name of the sport, okay? He's all over that place.
Supposed to have the Hall of Fame coaching staff.
Correct, in Michigan over there, all right? So you're in 31st place right now.
It's pretty tough.
Yeah, let's get it going when it counts, guys. You know, like, I mean, Michigan's got no excuses over there.
The Hall of Fame of wrestling facilities.
You know,
the practice facilities.
Well, you look how far a few of these schools have fallen too. Like American, you know, you go back a few years ago. Mark Cody had American right on top of the world.
And things,
you know, they got 2.5 points sitting in 51st place, or Cal Poly down here in 66th place. You know, Cal Poly with a couple of wrestlers in the finals a couple of years ago. So
Arizona State.
Yep. I mean, it just happens. But
there's still a lot of points to be scored. This top 20 could still shuffle around quite a bit. Of course, the top, I don't see a lot of dramatic change from maybe first and second could have changed some, but third through 6th or 7th, not a lot of change, but you get down past 10 through 20, those things could jockey around a lot. Looks like a lot of them still have, you know, people in the championship, but consolations or wrestlebacks is important too, to have a high number back there.
And we've been talking about Iowa State. I mean, what do you think? I mean, right now,
they're the host
where
team.
They're at right now, is that surprise you? Is that about where you thought they would be in 16th place right now?
Well, they were picked 27th and 23rd before the tournament started, so technically they've kind of jumped out there a little bit. And Kyvan Gadsden's, if he didn't have to do 2 sports at the same time, wrestling and track, by the way. In that one match, he would have probably been in the championship. I'm scoring some more for him, but I don't think they have anything to be ashamed of. I know they're real young.
No, because, you know, they finished 25 and 32 or 34, whatever last year. If you would have told me coming in this tournament that Iowa State was going to have 4 guys in this round with a chance to be All-Americans, I'd have said, man, they should just be happy as a clam.
Yep.
Because
that shows progress.
You know, so there's progress there. I've been really impressed with the way these guys have wrestled this tournament.
Like they come out, they fight, they really are technically sound.
Yep. But here's to me one of the stories of the tournament. You know, we talked about consistency that first day. We talked about consistency. And the Iowa Hawkeyes, all right? So they're in 4th place with 39 points, 10.5 points behind Minnesota. But, you know, they've got Missouri breathing down their neck, Cornell breathing down their neck, Ohio State breathing down their neck. You know, it's conceivable that Iowa could finish as low as 7th place in this tournament.
Sure could, yeah.
Probably Edinburgh and Nebraska can't catch them, but, you know, that certainly wouldn't be something. Well, so the comment I'll make, and then I'll get off of this bandwagon, but, you know, when Jimmy Zaleski won some titles and then didn't win some titles and then finished 7th, they fired him. Yeah. I'm not suggesting they fired Tom Brands, but those guys got to find some consistency in that program again one of these days.
Wade Schall is joking with Tom Brands at the Fan Fest. He said, so if you have no finalists or no champs, he said, what do you picture yourself doing next year? And Brands, it was amazing. Brands' comeback was, he said, I'll probably just wear a green shirt and it'll say Tom Brands Custodian on it, and I'll be pushing them off, I guess. And that was really Tom Brands. He just looked at Wade Chalice and said that. That was at Fan Fest, by the way.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cute, because that was totally spontaneous. I mean, that wasn't staged. So it's a tough question by the all-time pinner. So Wade Chalice and Tom Brands. Personally, Wade said, I thought you might punch me. So you notice when I asked you that, I was leaning back. Yeah. They joked with that.
I have a question for you guys. Do you suppose they could possibly get any more people on the floor between us and the wrestling mats?
I'll tell you, it's pretty bizarre.
If they get many more down there, we might as well just move up to the balcony so we could actually see something.
He's good.
That's what
we need
happens
Superman
when you give
vision.
Everybody and their dog a media pass.
Yeah.
We need
My
a Superman vision. So hopefully we'll be able to see the action.
Well, thank goodness they'll put it up on the
Video.
big screen and we can watch it.
Good reminder.
And, and so anybody who might have any remote hope that we would tell you what's going on Mat 1 will believe us. We're going to read it off the ribbon board because there's no chance we're going to see that.
I'm having UNO Kaufman brand flashbacks with that situation. Remember how they used to tuck them around?
Yeah.
I love Coach Mike Denny and everything he did for the Mavericks, but they'd have so many mats, they'd tuck them back around that bleacher, and Scott said, get on the portable mic. The good match is down there. I said, you can't see that. All you see is people jumping up and down. So I'd have to run down there, and he'd give me hand signals, and I'd start doing the play-by-play from leaning over the edge of the balcony.
Give you the one-finger salute.
Back in the good old days,
Yeah, so... Yeah, it was the good old days. We were a little more raw at this.
We didn't even have headphones. We just kind of passed the mic back.
Yeah, we did. You remember those, don't you? And the good old days, too, referring, that's back when UNO had the sport of wrestling as well.
Yeah,
So.
absolutely. You want to talk about some of these weight classes in the
let's dig in.
10, 12 minutes we got?
I'll let you guys start it because I have a tendency to jump a weight ahead of what's going on. I got to do these things in order.
I find that hard to believe.
Yeah.
All right, so at 125 pounds, we got number 1 seed Waters from Missouri versus Megaludis, the number 4 seed. And in the bottom half of the bracket, you've got the freshman from Cornell, Garrett, who upset McDonough in the quarters this morning versus Delgado from Illinois. Your thoughts, Steve?
Well, Waters, I think the slower the match, the more he can control it, the better, more likely he's going to win. Megalunas, I think he's going to win a higher pace match. He's going to want to score some points, and if it's going to be a high-scoring match, I got to believe that Megalunas would have the edge there. Garrett and Delago, that could be fireworks. I mean, Garrett's proved to be a real good freshman. Delago, he's hard to beat, and especially if Kurt Backus is in his corner.
So I got a big
beast from the East is right here.
So Caleb, tell me, what do you think about this Garrett versus Delgado match? Delgado match. I'm sorry.
The Garrett Delgado match, I think, is going to be one of the coolest and one of the most fun matchups here right now. But to be honest with you, it's going to be Magliatis and Delgado in the finals. I honestly think that Waters can't. I just don't think he can hang with him.
Yeah.
He's got too much of a tank on him.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it'll be Megaludis for sure in the top half, and down in the bottom half, I tell you what, I've got it circled that I think Delgado and Garrett is going to be one of the biggest matches of the evening. I just think that's going to be a barn burner. Mm-hmm. So, all right, so 25. We got a lot of different. Be careful with that. We'll really be in trouble.
We got our buddy Kurt Backus over here right now.
Hey, Kurt.
We'll put him on. We'll put him on tomorrow, Kurt. Right? We'll put him on during the con season stuff tomorrow.
That'll be good.
Yep.
We'll get him on during that round.
Yeah. So, Kurt Backus, obviously the All-American from Iowa State.
Yeah, as a finalist himself, NCAA finalist.
Now he's
Backus's take is they need to do 12-0. They'll be just fine, he said.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's a good plan.
It's not impossible.
I think it's a good plan if you can get it.
It's not impossible.
Hey, while he's over there, why don't you ask him about Telford, Steve?
Telford's knee,
what's on with him?
Just locked up and done, and really he's not coming out.
He didn't.
That's it. He defaulted out of the tournament already. Yeah. It's tough. Yeah.
You can't just say you got to tell him what.
Backus is saying you got to move on and look on to the next 2 years. So I'm going to. He won't let me earlier, but they want to pick your brain.
Put him on, buddy.
Just say hello if nothing else. So tell us everything you just told Steve, because nobody on the radio heard anything except for him going,
Yeah, he's not very good at that.
So we're going to do the national anthem here, folks.
Right.
So, okay, we aren't going to talk to Kurt. We're going to do the national anthem. What am I going to do? What? Oh, yeah, it's fine. So we're going to take a minute break here where we do the anthem and respect the country.
Ladies and gentlemen, performing this evening, West Des Moines, Iowa native and American Idol semifinalist, Caitlin Epperly, and our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home
All right.
Yeah. Gonna get back in front here for a second.
So we're back on. Got to come up a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit up, Steve. A little bit. Yeah, you're good. Hey, Kurt, kind of talk about what the mood of the Iowa locker room is right now. I mean, obviously this isn't really what you expected, and this isn't really the tournament that's going on. You guys have some veterans that have kind of gone down early with Evans and McDonough, but what's going on?
Turn Kurt up.
Turn him up.
Turn him up a little bit.
Yeah,
There we go.
the mood's still very positive. You got to stay positive and look forward. And a guy like Evans, a guy like McDonough, you got to keep moving forward. We got 5 in the back, 2 in the front. So you got to take what's next? Third place, 5 thirds, 2 firsts. So I mean that's the goal. When we do that, we're still in the hunt. We're right there. I don't know numbers wise, but we got to give ourselves a chance. So the mood's still very positive and upbeat. Jake Varner, sure.
Yep. Absolutely. The crowd's all standing because
quite a few.
Introducing Jordan Burroughs and Jake Varner, 2 Olympic gold medalists from the USA. That's good. So Kurt, you mentioned for just a minute, you were talking to Steve just a minute ago about Telford and problem with the knee. Is that what it was?
Yeah, it's just a matter of it getting unlocked. Just can't really straighten his knee. And, it's really a shame. A kid like that who's really put his heart and soul into training and for his one goal to become a national champ this weekend, and for him to I don't want to say give up on it, but he's got to step away and we got to deal with that. So. He'll be all right. He's got 2 more years left. He's a tough kid. He's got a big heart, and he's a heart of a warrior. So, 2 more shots at it, and I believe 2 more titles.
Yep, absolutely. Because that's a terrible way to have to finish your season.
I mean, it's terrible for anyone. I mean, it really is, but it'll be all right.
And what's kind of been the difference? You've been under a couple legendary coaches, I mean, obviously in Sanderson, Douglas, and now with Brands and both the brothers in there. What have you kind of learned? I know you've learned a lot, obviously, under Cale and Bobby. But what kind of have you taken from them, and what have you learned from the Brands guys too?
I guess I really can't put my thumb on what I've learned from each and every one of them, but I've taken bits and pieces from a guy like Brian Smith, Kevin Dresser, Cale Sanders and Bobby Douglas, Jeff Buxton at Blair Academy, Tom and Terry Brands, even picking Gable's brain. So really bits and pieces and putting into my own philosophy, how I deal with the guys in a room. I guess every coach is different. Every coach is different how they interact with kids, and I'm still figuring that out.
Yep.
And it's been great. It's been great, my journey to become a head coach one day, and then so it's fun. It's good.
I think one of the hardest things that you start to figure out, and I'm sure you have, Kurt, is really the mental aspect and where to kind of relate to these guys on each level, because everybody's different.
Yeah.
And I know Cale did an awesome job of relating to guys like on that level.
Yes, Yep.
So, I mean, how is that different, like with what Tom does over there?
I wouldn't say it's similar but different. We preach, going out and putting everything on the line, fighting every position, hustling, and then when you do those things, keeping it simple, the scoreboard will take care of itself. Not worrying about external factors, really things that you can't control. Worry about things you can control. How you think, how you go about the match, your preparation. I figured it out the hard way, and then figured out later in my career, the mental side of it. It's 90% mental. I mean, it's
definitely
for a fact. You put all the preparation in it, the physical preparation, but if you don't have the mental game down, then you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot, really. But I mean, it's going out and having fun, really. I mean, it's a sport.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I know a lot from just what guys like David Bertolino and yourself, and what they said, like what Cale's done is kind of like told him to put away the noise, everything else around you, and just focus on, you're right, what you can control.
Yeah, keeping things simple, not worrying about, your parents, your girlfriend, your grades, your truck, what down the line. Just worrying about stepping on a mat and moving your hands, moving your feet, and fighting and hustling. And really do it with a smile on your face, because it's fun. It's fun, winning and getting your hand raised, and it's really what it's all about.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Kurt, I know you've probably got to.
Yeah, I got to scoot out of here, guy. I appreciate it, though.
Yeah.
Appreciate the time.
So good to see you. One of my favorite people. So good to have a few minutes on the air with you here, and thank you. Come back anytime.
Foster says thank you, so thank you, guys.
So one more thing, Kurt. Do you ever actually put on Cardinal and Gold ever anymore, or you just kind of always wear that?
I haven't. I mean,
he's got that buried back in the trunk.
I have it way back in the basement. I have probably about 20 pounds worth of clothes.
Yeah.
And a couple totes, but
hey, save those. Someday, a long time from now.
Who knows? Might be back in Ames.
Absolutely.
So, Kurt, what happens when you walk into the wrestling room wearing one of those T-shirts?
Yeah, he does, man. He just does. There you go.
All right, guys.
The first time and the last time. Kurt, thank you so much.
See you guys. I'll talk to you.
Oh, I want to tell you, there's a young man that's going to have a bright future as a head wrestling coach. He's just a sharp young man, pleasant to be around, and I'll tell you what, he has taken so much from all the coaches he's been a part of.
Yeah, he's lucky to be able to do that. And I wouldn't ask Kurt stuff like that if I knew he couldn't play around with
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
It's all in good humor, isn't it?
Hey, it's like I told Cale one time here not too long ago, 3-4 years ago. I said, you're going to go off and you're going to be a great coach at Penn State, and then you're going to coach for a long time. But I said, someday you're going to retire from coaching, but you can never retire from being a Cyclone, because that's where you went to school. It's your alma mater. Yeah. Someday you're going to come back. And I said, and then at the time when I was president of Cyclone Wrestling Club, I said, and someday we're going to come ask you for money.
Yeah.
So, he just laughed. But it's true,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It is true. It's a part of your life. You can't go away, so it doesn't.
Well, look at Dan Gable.
Yep.
I mean, Gable comes back to Iowa State a lot, so they honor him.
Yep.
You celebrate him. He was a great athlete, obviously, for Iowa
Absolutely.
State.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, if you hated everybody that went on to somewhere else, you do a lot of hating in your life.
Because there's a lot of shuffling that goes on once these guys graduate.
Absolutely.
Joe Johnston's at Missouri. I mean, there's just a lot of, he was a Hawkeye. Just a lot of these guys, they got to get jobs. They got to have income.
Yeah.
They got to get paid. So
At the end of the day,
you got to move around.
Iowa State graduates an awful lot of kids every year, and they all go on to do a job somewhere else, and very few of them stay at Iowa State. So
There's only so many positions.
Yeah.
Only so many positions, but yeah.
All right, so we're getting close to being ready here. Getting very close. Now we're going to have some consolation matches go on throughout the course of the night. We're going to focus intently on the semifinal matches in the middle, but we're going to keep you up to speed with a little bit of stuff that's going on in the consolations, because there are some matches that are either going to be really interesting from a matchup standpoint, or are going to have some kind of an impact on the team race. So we'll keep you abreast of those. We won't be doing much in the way of play-by-play while the semis are on, because we want you to focus on the semis, but we'll kind of keep you up to date on the scores, and then if the semifinals are done and we can do a little play-by-play on the consies around the edge, we'll certainly do that.
So Jeff, if you don't mind, whoever wants to, but I'll pay closer attention to mat 3 over there.
All right.
Between Waters and Megliadis, and I don't know if
I think we'll have Steve pay attention to mat 4, and I'll float.
Yeah, and you'll go in between. That'd be great.
Well,
Yeah.
so did you catch all that? No, you didn't. You were talking, weren't you? You wasn't paying attention.
You were just giving our marching orders.
We want you to pay attention to mat 6 all night down here.
Yeah, right. I don't get to do any semifinals.
Caleb's doing mat 3. You've got mat 4. I'm going to float around in between the two of them. All right.
Sounds
Does that
good.
work for you?
That works,
only
man.
do the North Dakota State teams.
And then I told Nick Simmons,
North Dakota State.
yeah, State.
That's right.
I will do this too. I'm going to hang out for most of them, and I told Nick Simmons, the East Lansing Strangler, if he wants, I'll opt out a little later, or Caleb. I said me or Caleb probably jump out, one of the two, doesn't matter to me. And I've been 16 plus 8, 20. I've been to 24 of these.
He's good.
And it's fun, and I love doing it.
Plus 8, 24. He's
Yeah,
a math major.
my math. Yeah, that's right, buddy. Yeah.
All right, we're off.
Megliadis and Waters here over on mat 3, and then we've got Garrett and Delgado on mat 4.
Yeah, Garrett and Delgado, a sophomore against a freshman, guys. Two youngsters.
Yeah.
So
Now I know that Megliadis is a 4 seed and Waters is a 1 seed, but I think Megliadis is favored. He's favored in my book. I'm sorry.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Yep, sophomore and a junior, so we're going to see all 4 of these fellas back in another year. Unless somebody goes pro between now and then, which I highly doubt.
Yeah, boy, big takedown already for Delgado on Garrett. So Illinois is superstar 125-pounder. Draws first blood. Is up 2-0 right now. Good job by Delgado. Big takedown, 2:19 to go in the first period. Illinois leads Cornell. Semifinals, who's going to make it to the championship bout? This decides it, guys.
Delgado's kind of getting that look like Ramos does right
Yeah,
now.
absolutely. He's staring. He's intense. Well, he got behind the 8 ball in that last match, so.
Garrett tries to spin around behind him, though. And Delgado still has the ankle, but Garrett trying to work back.
Kind of shoelace to shoelace here. Both wrestlers going opposite direction. We're going to get a fresh start, so. Some referees allow the kids to hang out and some of that, and some others just call it fast. So
yeah, this one's not. He didn't waste any time to call that stalemate.
He just said, I don't think it'll be scoring. Let's start over. So Delgado on top. Garrett, the freshman for Cornell, be on the bottom.
Yep. They moved all the time clocks, so I have to associate wherever.
Yeah, we do, don't we? Yep. And this one again is probably going to have to be done up there, isn't it? Sprinkle and McDonough. That should be good. Sprinkle's tough.
Yep, 0-0 in that consolation match still.
Waters and Megliadis still at 0-0, 1:20 to go in the first period.
Garrett gets the escape, so it's 2-1. And Sprinkle, by the way, is from North Dakota State.
That's it. Good man.
What city is that?
Oh, we would have.
Grand Forks.
Yeah, Grand
No,
Forks.
it's not.
No, that's
I tried
University.
to fool you.
That's University. In on a shot. Nice low shot there by Delgado. Scores again. He's up 4-1 right now. You know, it was funny. We went out to eat at Fuddruckers, and our waitress, the lady waiting on us, she was from Fargo, North Dakota.
Fargo.
So I learned a lot about North Dakota on my lunch break. 4-1.
Keep it clean with that.
With the free advertisement.
Hey, we went out to lunch at Fawn's Asian Cafe over on East University. One of the finest restaurants here in Des Moines. I would highly recommend it to people.
Good. A lot of places to eat here, guys.
See?
It's all tastes good, especially the
Thanks
hungry
for the
are.
invite, Jeff. I
Yeah, well,
appreciate that.
sure. Tomorrow between rounds.
4-1, 107 to go between Delgado and Garrett. 52 seconds of riding time here for Delgado. So some riding time being scored here by Delgado. He's up over the minute, so he's up 4-1, 3-point lead by the Fighting Illini.
A lot of hand fighting going on between Megliadis and Waters. I mean,
Garrett up to his feet. Delgado takes him down. It looks more like a takedown, but it's not, just because he's in the up position, in the referee's position. They go out of bounds. We're going to get a fresh restart.
now I'll give Alan Waters this here. The closer the match is, the better for him.
I believe you're right. He wants. I don't think he wants that to turn into a 14-13 or
No.
He doesn't have
He
enough
liked to-
firepower to come back. So,
For instance, his wins 5-2, 4-2, 4-0. So
yeah.
he likes to keep control of the match. And
You know who beat Waters this year? Nobody.
yeah, that's a good point. That's right, exactly, man.
Who didn't wrestle Waters this year?
Well, a lot of guys.
Yeah. So Delgado, Garrett out. So we got 2 takedowns, 2 escapes. That make the score, by the way.
Start the
Ready?
second
4-2.
period. Megliadis goes on top, and Waters gets out about 19 seconds into it. So now it's 1-0 Waters.
And a minute 31 seconds of riding time in favor of Delgado.
Yep, and just a side note here in the consolation round, Trent Sprinkle from North Dakota State University leads Matt McDonough from Iowa 1-0 in the second period.
This is what we talked about here, guys. I mean, coming back, McDonough's never been in this position before.
Never had to
What's he
do
gonna
this
be
kind of
like?
stuff. And Sprinkle's tough. We've seen him wrestle at Hilton Coliseum and around the nation this year. He can bring it. He had a good Midlands tournament too, guys, by the way.
Yep, he's a tough young man.
So here we go. Delgado starts down. Garrett, freshman from Cornell, start on top. Referee's position, 4-2. Minute 34 seconds of riding time for Delgado. Can Garrett ride him out, get rid of some riding time? Delgado, nice little inside stand up. Plants his head on the mat. That's not a good place to be for Delgado.
Yeah. You know, Megliadis and Waters over here, this match is going to be won on their feet. You know, so I don't think Waters can ride Megliadis either. So, I mean, once that third period starts, I don't think he's going to have a problem out there. So right now, with 50 seconds to go in the second period, these guys being in neutral, this is really key here.
Yeah,
Going to get that one takedown, might win it.
This is where Waters wants it. We talked about a low-scoring match. We're all convinced it'll favor him. Sure, Megalunas would love to get this thing to turn it into some type of barn burner. And on top is Garrett. Up to his feet is Delgado. Back down to his base. Now Delgado got turned.
But
in his match he got behind. But nice reversal here possibly. Nice set out switch possibly by Delgado. Good hips. Instead he gets the escape. Gets a point. 5-2.
And he was able to work the riding time down to 47 seconds. So
he got rid of that extra minute. So real match awareness there by Garrett, the freshman. Wrestling like a veteran to the semifinals, your freshman year, true freshman year. Cannot redshirt at Cornell, but wow, Delgado kind of set him up there, picked up 2 more for Delgado, 7-2. He was almost trying to, he was trying to throw that power half in there, pick up some extra points, Delgado was.
And again, going into the third period in the consolation, Sprinkle still up 1-0 over McDonough. McDonough starts in the down position at the start of the third period.
What will McDonough weigh a week from now?
Yeah,
that's my
probably
big question.
a lot more than today.
Think he'll weigh more than he does today? Okay, and we got Garrett starting down, Delgado on top.
So Waters, Megalunas is standing up. Waters is climbing on his back. And
sometimes that gets hit by potentially dangerous.
Yeah. The ref stops it, puts him back in the referee's position in the middle. Megalunas on the bottom.
You know, I've seen guys that do that in high school, you know, because it
going to
really
Granby or
pisses you
something.
off so much. You could do that. They just go straight to their butt, and it really hurts the guy who's on top.
So the score is 1-1 now, McDonough and Sprinkle. Minute and 19 seconds in that third period of the consolation match.
So a 12-6 down here to Wyoming wrestler leads, I believe. Delgado, another escape. But you know what Garrett needs? Takedowns.
So takedowns up onto his...
Takedowns is where it's at. This is how Delgado was taking McDonough down in the Big Ten, straight on, coming out the back door. Just a straight on shot.
Pull those legs in and duck underneath and come out the back door. Absolutely.
Gets those takedowns, and sure enough, picked up 2 and almost 2 back points. So
Magliatis here ties it up 1-1. 1:17 to go.
I know there's a Minnesota Gopher doing something special down there because I see him.
John Thorne's up 5-1 in the third period with a minute left in that match.
Parisi?
Not John, David Thorne.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Parisi. Yeah, we know they're related. So
Yeah.
they've ate at the same dinner table many times. I can promise you that. And Delgado start on top, 9-3, starting the third period. Delgado has gotten the riding time back so far, 1:23 of riding time.
Oh my! So McDonough, Sprinkle's got McDonough hooked up in a cradle right now.
He's doing some of his.
McDonough's still got a hold of an ankle, and so the ref's not giving him the point. But I tell you what, now he's got him in kind of a semi-skladle if he can turn him over.
Roger Kish in
2
the corner.
seconds, 1 second, and time runs out. And that's a 1-1, and
sudden victory.
Roger Kish says, I want to have a review on that. I'm going to use my review.
9-4 still between Delgado and
Magliatis and Waters,
Garrett.
1-1, 24 seconds to go.
120 feet. Sorry, Caleb. Apologize. 1:23 going third period. 1:31 of riding time in favor of Delgado. This year's Big Ten champion, Jesse Delgado.
Yep. And David Thorne with a 7-2 win. So David Thorne into the All-American round.
Pretty cool for a guy who was, 13-10 before the...
Big tournament for the Golden Gophers. And that's how the Gophers do it. They always have so much good balance. That's how they win a lot of tournaments. Balance. They'll just get... I'm not saying they haven't been without superstars, but a lot of times they just have a whole team of very good wrestlers that score a lot of points, and a lot of times you get numbers involved. You score points. Speaking of scoring points, Garrett needs them, and Delgado looks like he's going to score.
Waters and Magliatis standing here. Waters in on a single in sudden death overtime here.
Oh my
35 seconds to go. Waters working on that leg, and if he doesn't start moving here, we're going to get a stalemate.
If he had the ref on the other mat, it'd already be a stalemate.
Yeah.
Well, Delgado took a shot, but Garrett, he's probably happy to type some time here. Delgado's turning into Garrett.
Now, this is a really big scramble position for Waters and McDonough and Magliatis here. Magliatis. So whoever keeps their head up usually wins this.
Trent Sprinkle in, and Sprinkle gets the takedown in 2, and Sprinkle beats McDonough. McDonough will not be an All-American this year.
Wow. That's big for Sprinkle. We knew he was tough. We've watched him. Wow. We've watched him over the years.
And nothing comes of that. So we go to the 2 30-second rideouts, Caleb.
Delgado wins it 9-5, guys. Illinois has a finalist.
Magliatis here, and Waters going to the first criteria.
So Illinois Fighting Illini out of Champaign-Urbana has their finalist, Jesse Delgado.
Yep. So before we get to and focus on Caleb's, I just want to say that now Tom Brands is up, and they are they're evaluating this last takedown that Sprinkle had. And but quite honestly, it was right in front of me, and I'm pretty sure it was a takedown. I don't think that'll
get ended up in kind of a shoelace to shoelace situation, but I don't see it not being a takedown either, Jeff.
I think he had control, and then it got to
Sprinkle had
So Waters gets to his feet immediately, but Magliatis comes up underneath him, picks him completely up off the mat, and then takes him back down.
So 1-1, and Sprinkle wins it. Wow.
So Matt McDonough, 3 years in a row in the finals, 2-time national champion, and does not become an All-American in his senior year.
First, and doesn't play. So.
All right, so Magliatis rides Waters for the entire first 30 seconds.
Waters will have his turn now.
That's pretty big right there.
Magliatis on the bottom now. Just has to get out.
Trying to get his legs in. He's got that double hook under.
Waters immediately puts him in sort of a crab ride, throws the legs in.
That's important for getting the legs in there. Getting a little high. Yep. Looks like from here, Waters getting a little bit high. It's
real high. Now he's got to reach for the head.
Megaluna's trying to shake.
But he's
trying. He's got to go swimming.
Yep.
They call that going swimming.
Got 6 seconds left to get this done, fellas. 5, 4,
3,
1.
2, 1.
Not going to get it done.
Boy, that was close. Woo, man, Waters were looking tough. And
We're going to go to a second sudden death.
here we go.
There you go.
Sudden death.
Good
You
job.
guys like the death. I'll stick with what the program calls
I
Sudden
want to
victory.
say one other thing about that McDonough match,
Yes, sir.
and not about McDonough, but Trent Sprinkle, All-American.
Yeah, for the North
The
Dakota
young man
State.
was so excited
Bison.
about earning his All-America status, beating
he beat the returning national champion.
Just great job out of him.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Good job by him.
How would you like that, though? He said if his coach told him, hey, look, Friday night, you're going to have a chance to be an All-American.
Yeah.
The only thing you have to do is defeat the returning national champion.
I'll tell you.
Okay, I'll go out and do that, Coach.
Yeah, sounds like a winner to me, Coach.
Yeah.
All right.
Roger Kish is a good guy to have in your corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's had a little bit of experience in his lifetime, huh?
He's been a great one, hasn't he? He's really been a great one.
Oh, and we got down on mat number 2. Jordan Conaway wrestling Cody Brewer from Oklahoma in the consolations. Brewer's got Conaway on his back. Got him locked up in a cradle.
I think our Wyoming wrestler run down here in mat 5. I'm not sure who that was.
I'm
You're
not-
at 12.
You
that
guys
was
know what that
Cox
delay was
won.
about on mat 3? I'm not really sure, but now they're on their way.
Yeah,
That's
I'm not
1-1
sure either.
Not
still.
sure either.
So now they're both on their feet here. So Takedown wins it.
Yeah, that's right. Little Jimmy Hochstrasser there. Takedown wins it. He's going to get a T-shirt and print that on there.
Yep.
Takedown always
Takedown
wins it.
wins it. Yeah, because we said that how many times that one year at the national duels? 150 times. Takedown wins it. So might as well call it Takedown Radio.
Yeah. Hey, there's a plan.
1
Good
to 1.
idea. Good idea.
I think that's taken.
It's trademarked, guys.
Darn.
Oh, never mind.
Boy, I tell you, here we go.
All right, just
What a toss-up between.
both wrestlers just sort of hand fighting and really not really anything in the way of a shot.
You know, these guys have such good defense that I think the winner here is probably going to go off of a bad shot of one of these guys getting frustrated.
Yep.
So these guys are both smart enough that they know that. So their level change is awesome. When you look at it, a lot of guys would be like, man, what a boring match. It's 1-1. But
Yeah.
it's still pretty exciting with
Yep.
the way these guys are going at it.
Yep, they're really going at it. So now Waters gets the start on top. Megalunas on the bottom. Second set of ride-outs here.
Yep. So
And Megalunas is up and out. So there you go.
really quickly,
Waters
3
is
seconds
gonna
of
have-
riding time.
Wow, Waters is going to have to match that or get a takedown. He's got 17 seconds to score here. Will Megalunas be in the finals again? Last year's finalist, losing to McDonough last year.
Got blood down there. So while we have blood, let me take you on a quick trip around the rest of the tournament. So in the consolation rounds right now at 133 pounds, Scotty Sentis from Central Michigan University up 6-2 over Chris Dardanes from Minnesota. So Dardanes in jeopardy of making the All-American round.
Scotty sent us. We call him the Tarantula.
Yeah.
Yeah, all 6 foot tall of them.
Yeah.
And then also at 133 pounds, Cody Brewer from Oklahoma. I told you he had Conaway on his back, locked up in a cradle. Well, Brewer up 10-1 with a minute left in the second period over Conaway from Penn State. If we
Brewers
come down,
had a good tournament.
Yep, come down the other end of the mat again at 133. We've got Jonathan Morrison from Oklahoma State. He's up 3-0 over DiCamillo from Virginia. There's 28 seconds left in the second period in that match.
Jeff, it comes down to this right now, so it's 2-1. If Megliadis can ride him out, he wins it, and he goes to the finals.
Wow.
So if he can ride him out, it's 20 seconds into it. They go to the edge of the mat.
And
We're
he
gonna
got
restart.
out quicker too,
Yeah.
so sometimes that could be a criteria. But yeah, just ride him out and it's
Just
over.
ride him out and it's done. So
Yep. Megalunas, can he make it to the finals again? He's planning on it right now. It's looking more favorable on him. Waters have to pull out a Delgado here.
Yeah, well, Waters got to do something big because if he just escapes, Megalunas is going to win.
Has
it on-
the time. It's quicker
Yeah.
escape. There's his Granby. There's his Granby, so he gets the escape.
gets one.
Granby'd out, but time is a factor, guys.
There's 8 seconds left
He's
in
got
this
to
thing.
shoot
Yeah.
fast.
I don't think he really understands
No,
that
he
right
doesn't
now.
because he's standing looking,
Yeah,
and that's
he
all.
just-
That's
no,
going to
that
be all
doesn't
she
do it.
wrote.
His coach has got to yell at him. And Penn State gets it.
To come back for more. He didn't understand where he was at.
What a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Penn State, didn't they need some more team points?
And he's looking at his coaches going, what's up? But it's done.
Big win there for Penn State and Megalunas.
All right.
The Nittany Lions have the finalists.
In the other match of interest here in the consolations while we're waiting for the next round.
McCormick has Wolfensberger on his back.
Absolutely. McCormick from Missouri.
So one Tiger goes down, the other one bears its fangs.
Yep, he was up 4-0, but he's got Wolfensberger pretty tight.
Levi Wolfensberger.
And there's a ball.
There's a pin.
Yep. And McCormick moves into the All-American round.
So it's the roll. Look at the coaches. It's a roller coaster emotion of being a coach, isn't it? Their big guy, Waters, barely loses.
Look at Brian Smith, though. He's still pretty.
Yeah, so you got to be ready. For a coach, Caleb, you got to be ready to celebrate, and you got to be able to, you got to weep with those who weep and rejoice with those who rejoice, don't you?
It's not even that. What Brian Smith is thinking right now, he's like, good for you, good job, but man, you know, even if we lose that match, come on, buddy. Like, you're a junior in college. Like,
get after
you should
it.
know the rules of the game, bud. You know, like, look at this. I shouldn't have to tell you. Start wrestling right now. Do that all the time. You wrestle until the whistle blows, man. Like, I don't. Yep. You can tell that just by looking at his face right now. Look at Coach Smith, right? I mean,
It's like, oh, my goodness.
You can't believe it.
So with 30 seconds left in the third period, Chris Dardanes making a huge comeback on Scotty Sintis. Dardanes now up 9-8.
Wow, 17 points.
30 seconds left in the match.
It's a barn burner.
Cody Brewer up on Jordan Conaway. Brewer from Oklahoma. Brewer up 13-4 with 2 minutes and 24 seconds of riding time and 22 seconds left in that match.
It's interesting when you think Penn State might go 2-1-1 in their first two matches, and then Missouri's going to go 1-1 in their first two matches. So with Megalunas winning, possibly Conaway losing, and then Waters being defeated, but McCormick pinning Levi Wolfensberger from Northern Iowa. So, boy, it's the ebb and flow, isn't it, of a wrestling tournament.
And there it is, Cody Brewer, your winner, 14-4 over Conaway
For the
from Penn
Sooners.
State.
For Oklahoma Sooners gets a All-American.
Yeah.
And time cranking down now on that Dardanes and Sintis match. It's all tied up 9-9. They're going to go to sudden victory.
Guys, if you told me that Megalunas and Delgado were going to be in the finals at 125, I wouldn't have been surprised at all. Not at all.
How about Tyler Graff and Ramos? Do we know what their record is against each other? I got to believe Ramos has won each time.
I'll tell you in a minute here. John Morrison, real quick, with a 10-2 win for Oklahoma State. So Morrison, nice bonus points.
Wow, that's big for the Cowboys, huh?
And Dardanes comes on at the end, gets the takedown in sudden victory. And so Chris Dardanes.
Minnesota's racking up some points, guys. They're winning some matches here for Minnesota. It's that balance of the Golden Gophers.
And his brother, Nick Dardanes, is down here now wrestling at 141 pounds.
Yeah. It's Mangrum from Oregon State Beavers.
And we've got Ballwig from Iowa and Nevinger from Cornell in the consolation round right here in front of us. And I'm looking at, what was the question you asked me, Steve? Ramos?
Ramos and Graff. I think Ramos has lost to him.
Ramos beat Graff in the Big Ten.
Yes, sir.
All right.
3-1, maybe?
3-1,
Yeah, I thought it was 3-1.
That was the only time they wrestled this year.
That's it, yeah, because I think the first time Graff was up, I mean, I say he hung out at 141 for the first part of the season.
They didn't wrestle in the duel?
Well, I don't know if they even did Wisconsin and Iowa duel.
I'm not sure they did.
So many teams. Isn't that a great problem to have in a conference?
Yeah, too many teams that can't wrestle each other.
Yeah, I wish every conference had that problem.
And so Chris Dardanes
gets out.
Mangrum was in deep on a single, and Dardanes peeled it off, and they go off the mat. Mangrum still up 2-1. Mangrum from Oregon State.
Dardanes, one of the Dardanes brothers. One has already been victorious. Is that right, Jeff?
Yep, one is already in the All-American round. His brother trying to follow him there.
So we're going to have one.
Ballwig And Ballwig and Nevinger took Ballwig down and then got back points. So Nevinger with a 4-0 lead over Mark Ballwig here right in front of us. 1 minute and 45 seconds left in the first period.
Mangrum and Dardanes. Mangrum still up. He's the number 3 seed, I believe. Mangrum was.
You're asking lots of tough questions of
yeah,
me,
like the other one.
He was number 3 seed. You're exactly right. You're making me think all the way back to 2 days ago, Steve. I can't think that far back.
Testing that mental hard drive you got
right.
in there. Well, Ramos is in a stare-down mode.
All right, and we've got action going on now.
Stieber and Shop, I believe. Edinburgh and Ohio State Buckeyes.
Yeah, Edinburgh and Ohio State, Stieber and Shop. And Tony Ramos and Tyler Graff. And immediately Logan Stieber in on a takedown over Shop. Takes a 2-0 lead.
So far, Stieber, 3-minute fall, 2-minute fourth, 40-second fall, and a tech fall, 17-1 in 3 minutes and 43 seconds. So nobody's lasted very long with Logan Stieber. I picture the
job. You know, he's 32-3.
Yeah.
So
for Edinburgh,
it's no slouch, man.
Nope. Out of the EIWA. Big shot there by Graff in on Ramos's leg. Ramos trying to fight it off with a whizzer. Tyler Graff's a veteran. He's been around. He's battled some of the best. Him and Hochstrasser he was never victorious against Hochstrasser, but they had some knockdown dragouts.
So Ohio State comes out in the black singlets here. Looking for near fall here is Stieber.
Wow.
He's going to get at least 2.
Yep, he got 2.
It's going to be 4-0 now. Man,
feeling the Stieber fever.
Yeah.
Thanks, Caleb, for that.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Yes, big.
Yep, Graff takes Ramos down to the mat.
Just really using some technique.
Yep, Graff gets his 2 up 2-0, and then Ramos back up to his feet quick, and he escapes, so it's 2-1.
Graff is a senior, and he's never been in the finals, so I'm sure he's feeling, hey, I got nothing to lose.
Graff's a junior.
A junior? Yep. Tyler Graff. He redshirted last year, I believe. Yep. Is that right?
I think he took an Olympic redshirt year,
so
didn't
that's why it seems like it's been a while. Pulled a Dustin Kilgore, huh? Had a different weight
all
class.
those Wisconsin boys, there's about 3 of them last year that did, and then 2 of them never came back.
2 took off, so Travis Rutt and Andrew Howe.
Yeah.
Pulled a Caldwell and all that.
A lot of shifting around, wasn't there? Weights, people jumping. So right now,
jumping
Graff.
schools, too.
Yep. Graff and Ramos, 54 seconds to go in the first period. Ready for the riding time, 9 seconds of riding time.
Stieber trying to get more near fall. He's up 6-0 right now.
Who can stop the Stieber fever?
He's going to get 2 more at least right here.
Yeah.
Wow, 8-0.
8-0, Stieber on a mission.
Trying to win it as a sophomore.
No, I told you, Shop, he's no slouch because Stieber's treating him like that. You know, that's just how good Stieber is on top.
Absolutely.
We'll have to see if Stieber can win another one as a sophomore. Then maybe he's going to be going for 4. Who knows? A lot can happen between now and then. Ramos in a collar tie.
Yeah, because we talked about how McDonough was maybe going to go for 4, and then Robles got in the middle of that, and then maybe he's going to go for 3 and maybe just 2.
Not an English major, and I'll prove it right now. They say it ain't over till it's over.
Well, that just shows how important that Kyle Dake, going for 4 titles, how tough that is to do.
Yeah, Kel Sanderson, of course, did it, never losing, 159 in a row.
Steve,
that's
the
unreal.
first one to do it, though.
And then Pat Smith.
Yep.
Oklahoma State Cowboy.
Yeah, absolutely.
What year was that, 1994?
His opponent was Tom Ryan, the Ohio State coach. So big reversal there by Graff. Wow, Graff gets 2 on the reversal. It's 4-1 now. And Ramos gets out. So 2 takedowns, 2 escapes.
So it's 4-2, minute 44 seconds in the second period, and now there's a grand total of 10 seconds of riding time.
And Stieber's up 10-0 with over 3 minutes of riding time.
Stieber fever. You can feel it from here. Mangrum and Dardanes. What's going on down here? Dardanes up 3-2.
Yep, Nick Dardanes up 3-2.
Collar tie between Graff and Ramos. 1:24 to go in the second period. Just 10 seconds of riding time for Graff, but he's had the takedowns. They both got motors, so we'll see who's Got more fuel in their tank maybe before it's all over. Stall warning against Graf. I thought conditioning would start taking its toll here, getting the second half, just beyond the second half of this match here between Ramos and Graf. You know Ramos is going to want to turn on the steam and keep this thing high pace.
Man, Barry Davis again is in the corner. That's crazy. He's not.
Yeah, usually stands back.
Yeah.
Yep, three-time national champ, Olympic silver medalist.
I've seen him stand over here, sit right next to us,
Yeah.
jump around, do
Yeah,
jumping
go
jacks.
up in the stands and sit down or move around a lot. So, yeah. He's getting older. His feet are hurt, or his legs are getting tired. In on a shot is Graf. Now, that was smart by him, but then, of course, head control by Ramos. Graf got hit with a stall warning. No points yet. That's just his first warning. But taking a shot right there was probably an intelligent thing to do as long as it didn't completely wear him out. Ramos is going to try to push and shove you. Do the old Royce Alger, Steve Mako.
Yep, so the clock winds down on the match between Stieber.
Out of bounds they go, and Ramos is running back. The Hawk fans wants another stall. So Graf just needs to keep busy. He needs to keep, even if they're half shots, you know.
Yep.
Kind of like Rochalt did with Gatson. You just got to take a shot every once in a while, you know.
So we start the third period between Stieber and Shop. Shop on top. Stieber with a 12-1 lead. Almost 4 minutes of riding time.
Tell you what,
looking for
it was smart that Graf, one of the smarter things Graf did was circle back in there at the end of that period. Ramos starts down.
I got team score. It's on the inside of the front cover.
Riding time. So we got a 4-3 match, guys, between Ramos and Graf. And you know Ramos is going to keep the pace high. Tony Ramos, Illinois prep, wrestling for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Now this is a really big swing here. If Graf can beat Ramos, and if Steve can get a major decision, he's going to get that. But a tech fall here.
No, stall
really
call may tie it up. So
team score
Graf
here,
has to keep busy.
Yeah, Stieber with a 13-1 lead.
A shot by Ramos, blocked off by Graf. Another shot by Ramos. Nice little throw by head chuck by Graf. All he's got to do is just keep busy and look like he's putting forth that attempt. Otherwise, he's going to get hit because you know the Hawkeye fans are going to try to work the referees. 1:04 to go in the third and final period.
That never happens, does it, Steve?
No, I've never seen that once. Big shot. There's your point. Yep. Wow.
So it's all tied up.
Three shots to one to get a stall call, and it was Sakaguchi and Chamberlain earlier today. It was 9 shots to 0, and Sakaguchi couldn't have bought a stall call.
I like that. Good job on the officials here. That was a really good job. He deserves to be called for that.
As long as they're consistent. It's tied up 4-4.
15-2, Stieber up. Trying to get the check fall.
Ramos and Graf. 29 seconds to go. Ramos just do some reaching again. He can maybe get hit again. Tripod now. The tripod stance is by Tyler Graf. Trying to keep his level low because he knows Ramos wants to come in on a leg. So we could be going into sudden victory here, guys. 10 seconds to go. 8 seconds to go. Nice circling there by Graf. Real smart wrestling there. As they went out of bounds, he circled back in, and he's got to work the mind of the ref, just like Ramos is trying to work it going the other way. Ready? Sudden what?
Sudden victory, baby.
Oh, he changed up. Okay.
Right there. Maybe sudden death. I guess how you tend to look at it.
Okay. Now, right here, they didn't call 2 at the end of the match. The other official came over in a scramble situation, and Stieber got awarded 2 after time expired. Tech fall.
Tech fall right at the end.
18-2, the
16.
final. Stieber got a tech fall with no time left.
No time left.
Good effort.
Helps out the Ohio State Buckeyes.
4:02 riding time.
Man, you love that as a coach, just being, okay, look, you're going to win the match.
Yep.
But you're just going balls to the wall here, man.
Dardanes and Mangrum, they're all tied up. We're going in sudden. We're doing the ride-outs.
Yeah, we're doing the ride-outs,
With Mangrum on top, Dardanes on the bottom.
Yep, I was just kind of hanging in not saying anything until we saw this this Ramos graph. I tell you what, Ramos is stalking him.
Yeah,
Graf isn't doing anything.
No,
he's just sort of fighting it out, trying to get himself to the 30-second rideouts, I think.
Yeah, my argument in that over the years with the Iowa Hawkeye contingency is pushing and shoving really those shots. They've got a lot of stall calls over the years by just pushing and shoving.
Yep.
I'm more impressed if you're lowering your level and taking shots.
Yep.
The collar tie pushing, or what we called the road grader or the snowplow moves. I don't know. Tough on top is Ramos breaking down Graf. Graf is trying to get out. Ramos had a hard time keeping Graf down. 2 points he got. He throws him back down. Look at Dardanes.
Yep. Dardanes with the win.
Number 3 seed from Oregon State Beavers go down
5-3.
Both number
Big
3
win
seeds,
for Dardanes.
125 and 133 will not All-American.
Ramos riding him out.
Ramos rides him the whole period. Oh, the crowd's turning ugly on all sides.
Yeah, they are, boy. This is good, huh? Now Graf starts out on top. There's another Minnesota Gopher. I'm going to say it's Dylan Ness, probably.
Dylan Ness, he's up 3-2 over Suflon from Nebraska with 43 seconds left in that.
Boy, if he wins, do you realize how many matches the Gophers have been winning here?
Yeah.
Crab ride here.
100% of them. Look at this.
Ramos can hip over. He's going to get the reversal or just at least get out. 10 seconds to go.
7 seconds to go. Ramos got that ankle control. Look at this ankle control, man.
3, 2,
man, look at the cameras taking pictures of that.
Wow.
What do you do?
Wow.
Sudden victory again. They're back on their feet, ready. Down movable object against the irresistible force.
I thought they were taking pictures of me, Steve.
Well, we'll be in the background.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at them on the
We'll be
internet.
in the background. I love it.
We'll be in the background. So, wow. Hawkeyes want the hostile Hawkeyes want the stall call there against Graf. But Graf doing a good job. He just got to keep circling. As long as the ref realizes that pushing and shoving is not a shot. But most refs don't understand that.
And there's a big cheer and a lot of noise down
Dylan
there.
Ness. Ramos.
Oh, the crowd really. Yeah, Dylan Ness wins 5-2 over Suflon from Nebraska. So Dylan Ness into the All-American round.
Yes, last year's finalist. Oh, Graf! Graf takes a shot. Nice leg removal by Tony Ramos. So we get a Big Ten rematch, and it's making the earthquake. 6-4 was the score.
I'd like to see the replay on the big board.
Yeah.
Well, the Hawks got something to cheer about. Mark Ballwig, he went down for him during what you were calling that match.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
Ballwig lost to Nevinger from Cornell, 12-8.
So a big win for Iowa. They needed that because they've had besides Ramos, they've had a tough round.
And so you got to stand back as a tidal wave of people, run to the press room to get an interview here.
See what's going on.
Yeah.
See what's going through the mind.
Absolutely.
The mind of Tony Ramos.
Hey, there's one of your favorite guys, Lupachansky. He's out there.
Yeah. There you go.
Van Olen from Air Force.
He hasn't been rolling around quite as much. Doesn't seem quite as much here.
And right here, here's the replay here.
Okay. Oh, I missed the replay.
Just more or less, he took an outside leg shot, and Ramos removed his leg and bounced on top of him, got the takedowns. Brands agrees.
Brands knows how to call the takedown. That's good.
The favorite thing, your biggest thing you ever hear at every gymnasium and wrestling tournament.
Yep. We're on the U tonight, evidently. On the Ocho.
Yes. That's right. Your team scores are going around.
Hey, all right.
We'll see who's in second place.
Oklahoma State's in second place. Hey, in a match for the long road back to third, Donnie Vinson. Vinson, your number 3 seed. Last year he lost in the first round and wrestled all the way back to third. This year he lost in the first round and he's working his way all the way back to third now.
Boy, he takes the long road.
He's got a toughie. He's up 1-0 right now over Scott Sakaguchi from Oregon State.
Is that his favorite song? Take the Long Way Home.
Take the Long Way Home.
I think that's going playing on his CD. Man.
Yeah.
wearing a stereo. That took the long way home. He seems to find out how to do it.
Boy, I'll tell you what, he's practiced at it, though.
Yeah, he's good. It's not easy, so my hat's off to him.
Yeah, I think once he's done wrestling, he's going to become a marathon runner or a triathlete or something.
It's tough, guys, and he's doing it so far. Anyway,
absolutely. Up 1-0 over Sakaguchi right now with 57 seconds left in the second period. Oh, Lupachansky's right down here in front of us.
Yeah, I'll get to watch my Purdue Boilermaker. He's up 3-0 right now. See if he can go into his roles here against the Air Force Academy wrestler.
It looks like
Van Olen.
Van Olen from Air Force looks kind of like me. He's got some black electrician's tape on that one shoulder.
That's right, man.
Looks like duct tape or something.
Jeff Murphy puncturing his fingernail earlier on today.
Yeah, they said, we'll get your first aid, and I said, just give me some black electrician's tape. That's what we always used when we were kids. That and a paper towel.
Here's Van Olen trying to cut the corner. Look,
that's a good idea.
Yeah. This is crazy. Shoelace to shoelace, can you imagine?
I find that hard to believe.
He keeps that leg, doesn't he? Van Olen trying to come around, but look at some of these scramble situations Lupachansky gets in.
It's just kind of
bizarre. You always think he's going to get taken down and reversed, and look at this. 4 arms a leg. It's almost impossible to do play-by-play. We tried it once, didn't we?
It's a pretzel. It's a pretzel.
Good luck doing play-by-play on his type of wrestling. Born in Russia.
Yeah, well, thank goodness they have different color singlets. You know, you get two guys with about similar color singlets out there.
Whose leg is that? Lupachansky throws in the leg. Van Olen up on top. Here's Lupachansky. This is how he pinned Alton from Penn State in the Big Tens. Remember him stacking up Alton. This is how he does it. He's dangerous. We watched him in Champaign all day long do this trick. He is tough on top.
Yes,
he has Van Olen in trouble, guys.
Now, Van Olen manages to squeak out of it. Referee's going to give him 2 back points. And there they are.
So Lupachansky up now. Ivan Lupachansky 5-0 for the Purdue Boilermakers. Van Olen says, man, somebody should have told me traditional wrestling moves won't work with this guy. You're going to have to do some stuff that don't have names even. Maybe Coach Caleb Nimmers knows the names of some of these strategies. But I just call it scramble.
You know, what's cool about it's so easy for us to be like, well, you know, why didn't his coaches tell him that? Why isn't he ready for that? Okay, well, I'm sure his coaches did tell him.
Say, watch out for the rolls.
One thing, you know, it's why it's kind of like what you say a great high school football program. You line up and say, hey, look, I'm going to run the ball all day right down your throat. I'm going to tell you that I'm going to do it, and I'm still going to rush for 300 yards today.
And that's why they win.
And that's exactly what he's doing, you know. So I don't care what you say not to do. He just imposes his will on him.
Yeah.
You know, so
it's hard to kind of coach the scramblers have an advantage is it's really spontaneous reaction.
Yeah.
It's a spontaneous type of wrestling. It's just you're just winging it as you go, you know what I mean? And if you're great at it, like Ray Brinzer, Jason Welch, Ben Askren, Pete Galea, that stuff, you come out on top, you know? Yeah. And Pete Galea was one of the greats, you know? Back in the day, Murph remembers the 4-time Big 8 champ, Pete Galea. He'd just go out there, literally just go out there and put his leg out, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he was.
It's just like, hey, grab my leg and I'll show you what happens. And everybody thought, you know, I think I could figure him out. Sure enough, Pete Galea would take you down. And we called him Spider-Man because he wrestled like he had 4 arms. His legs became arms almost.
So as we get ready for...
we have a review here, maybe?
We got a review on, they're reviewing
with,
what...
Van Olen and Lupachansky, I think.
Yep. So as we get prepared to start wrestling here in the 141-pound class, we've got Hunter Stieber, Logan's younger brother. He's going to wrestle against Port from Edinburgh, Mitchell Port from Edinburgh with a 33-3 record. And on the bottom half of the bracket, we've got Undrak Bayar Kishaneum. I did pretty good on that this time.
Yep, Kishaneum.
And Kishaneum is a 6th seed out of the Citadel. He's wrestling against Kendrick Maple, the number 2 seed who comes into the tournament undefeated for the Oklahoma Sooners.
Maple's got a lot of speed. Kishaneum's got great balance. Kishaneum he's just hard-nosed, tough. He's hard to score on, so we'll see if Maple's speed can take down Kishaneum or not.
Poured in on a single leg right off the bat, dragging Stieber back onto the mat. Stieber just sort of like a cat, just sort of poised, trying to fight him off.
But Joe Port's had a good tournament, 13-2, 13-5, and a 5-2 win.
Yep. And your man Lupichansky with a 6-0 win to become an All-American.
Lupichansky,
and
Ivan
Port
Lupichansky.
with a 2-point takedown.
So there he is, Lupichansky, Mr. Dangerous. Oh, in a headlock here is Keisha Neum, but over the head is Kendrick Maple. I don't know. Well, boy, I tell you, Maple comes out on top. He's not really known for his power either, but it was his hips. He knew exactly where to have his hips.
Oh, nice crossover. Stieber got up to his feet and was trying to get hand control and run away from him. As he tried to turn into him, Port crossed over the top and took Stieber back down to the mat on his butt.
Maple's got the first takedown, 2-0 over Keisha Neum, Citadel, practicing in the doghouse, as they call it out there in Citadel.
I tell you, Port's riding him tough. Minute and 20 seconds in this first period. Up 2-0.
You know, everybody talks about, you know, the brothers over here, Hunter and Logan, but honestly, I don't think they wrestle a whole heck of a lot alike.
Nope, not at all.
I mean,
no, and I don't know if the red shirt year has a difference maker. I mean, it might. You know, we talked about that effect, and nobody makes excuses for people. But I know Hunter never got the privilege of red shirt.
Their Hunter's
straight out.
Yep.
So
Stieber out, so it's 2-2. They're not giving him. Yeah, they did 2-1.
Stieber came out, and Maple still leads. 57 seconds to go in the first period. 46 seconds of riding time in favor of Maple. Keisha Neum needs to get up and out of here, boy. Maple really riding him tough. Kendrick is. When Kendrick Maple was the OW of the Midlands last year and jumped out on my screen and kept track of him, and he's been a great one ever since. He really knows how to move. It's real fast. I haven't seen speed like him since Nate Gallick and Tion Ware locked it up.
Yep.
Those two that was two cats on a hot tin roof. And Maple, I'd put him in the same category.
Oh, that looks like that hurts. Josh Bemis down in front of us just, I'm not exactly certain what happened, but boy, he's clutching his shoulder. That looks bad.
For who?
Josh Demas down here in front of us from Ohio State.
No. Steve, what was the first time I ever heard you say that? Two cats on a hot tin roof.
I don't know.
Remember who it was?
Probably had something to do with Ben Askren.
It was a Missouri. No,
Ben Askren. Michael Chandler against Michael Poeta.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, they were.
Poeta and
I told Chandler yesterday, and he got teary-eyed. I said, buddy, those were some of the greatest matches ever wrestled. Is that right?
Loved it.
Poeta and Chandler was just start to finish. It was like a track meet. It's like two guys trying to run a 50-yard dash as long as a marathon.
Yeah.
They didn't know second gear. All they knew how to put it in high and floor it. They weren't they, Caleb?
Yeah, that was a fun.
Those were some great ones. And right now we got Maple starting on bottom.
Yep.
Keisha Nerum on top for Citadel.
So while we're reminiscing about everything, the score climbs up. It's now 4-2 in favor of Stieber.
Oh, out is Maple. Good job because of the riding time.
So Hunter kind of workman-like getting his way back into the match.
Yeah,
so now it's
he got a takedown really late in the period, I think. Then he started off on bottom second period and escaped. So what was that?
3-0. It's thunder. What was that?
Evidently, frog or big stepped on a toad or something. I don't know.
It was this. Look, you guys. Don't take your ink pen and rub it across your microphone.
Okay, yeah, it sounds good.
See what happens, man. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go. I'm going to go there. 3-0.
No.
1:20 to go. Second period. Maple got out. He kept his riding time, 1 minute and 33 seconds.
It's 6-3 now in favor of Stieber.
to go back and get looped up. I don't know.
I was going to keep it.
I had those behind earlier today. I think we might break those out.
I'll just say chili dogs taste good.
6-5 now. A lot more scoring going on in the second period between Stieber and Port.
Yeah, Port takes him down.
Yeah. So still 6-5 though. Still a 1 point difference.
Win this.
There.
Keisha Nerum in this second period, guys. He needs a takedown. 46 seconds to go. second period. Minute 33 seconds of riding time in favor of Maple. So Keisha Niram technically is down by 4 right now. You don't get that riding time, obviously, until it's all over. It's nice to see the Ohio State wrestler return to action here with his shoulder situation.
Yep, absolutely.
6-5. Wow, good match down there in Mat 3, huh, Caleb?
Yeah, it's really
Tough.
been crazy kind of going back and forth with Hunter. He doesn't usually wrestle matches like this, I mean, from what I've seen. But
Mitchell Port wrestling him tough from Edinburgh.
Yep, wrestling him
Fighting
really
Scott.
tough. Oh, and Stieber. So Port gets up to his feet and gets the escape, and it's 6-6.
All tied up.
Minute
guys.
9 seconds of riding time for Port.
Keisha Niram just can't
That
figure
is,
Maple
that
out.
is true.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that.
yeah, so Port,
Riding
you know,
time.
if it ends like this, Port wins it.
Yeah.
So Stieber's got to
Oh.
get a
Oh,
takedown.
boy, he's going after some ankle picks.
Yeah. Doesn't quite get it, though. Hey, a match that's really big in the consolations. James Green from Nebraska up 10-2 over Alton.
Boy, he's
Penn
been on
State.
fire. Ever since he lost to Bradley, he's just been not winning, but winning big.
Wow, if
Green has for Nebraska.
James Green wins here, neither one of the Alton twins All-American.
Yeah.
Here you go, Maple and Keisha Niram. Keisha Niram needs to take a shot. Somebody needs to remind him, if you don't shoot, you don't score. So
We got 50 seconds left in this match between Port and Stieber. Both wrestlers on their feet, center of the mat.
Keisha Niram out here trying to get Maple. Maple stays away. There's a nice shot there by Maple, an outside single leg attempt. Good job by Kendrick Maple.
So we're down to 30
yeah.
seconds left in this match between Port and Stieber, and Port's got the riding time, and the referee warns Port for stalling, but just a warning. Port playing the edge, down to 20 seconds now. Tied up 6-6, but Port has a minute and 9 seconds of riding time.
It's huge, guys.
Stieber's got 20 seconds to get a takedown.
He's got to make it happen. He's got to attack. Mitchell Port, is he in the finals for Edinburgh?
Well, I'll tell you what, he's pretty darn close, down to 10 seconds.
Here you go, guys.
He's fighting Stieber off, down
Make
to
it or
7.
break it. No stall
5
calls yet,
seconds
right?
left. I don't think he's going to get it done.
He
3,
can run away.
2, 1. Port wins it.
The number 1 seed goes down.
Wow.
Mitchell Port.
Port from Edinburgh.
7-6. Keisha Niram, 34 seconds. Guys, he needs to shoot. He's just intimidated by Maple's speed. Only a couple times he reached for the leg, but that's not there, you know. Maple's just so quick. Stall warning against Maple, but with 24 seconds to go. Wow, Keisha Niram gonna go down, looks like 22 seconds. He's got to try to figure out how to score 4 points real quick, and that just tie it up and put it in sudden victory. He needs 5, so what we got here? A headgear situation here for Keisha Niram.
Fix the chin strap.
Keisha Niram right now trying to get that takedown. Maple and here Mr. Casbro going live on WHO radio.
All right.
But why turn it to WHO when you can listen to it?
That's correct.
Who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
The Who. What?
The Who.
Keisha Niram out there on a shot, but guys, you got 4 seconds to go. Maple's in the finals. I know I should never do premature calls.
I'll help you then. Maple's in the finals.
Yeah, there you go.
With a 4-0 win over Keisha Niram.
1:33 of riding time in favor of Kendrick Maple. So Brewer won, right, for Oklahoma earlier?
Oh, a long time ago, Steve. 40 years ago.
Yeah, and then Maple wins, so Oklahoma Sooners scoring some more team points as well.
Yep, I missed a lot of those consolations. I'm sorry about that. I can't get them all.
I did too, actually.
But Green from Nebraska now, just starting the third period, up 12-4 over Alton. Alton, I think, maybe got a takedown.
Okay, yeah, he closed the ranks a little bit. It's still a major, but
Alton now trying to pick it up to throw Green to his back, but
Green
it's
is
out there
very
in a front
explosive.
headlock.
Yeah, trying to throw Green if he can. Green doing a good job just posting his arms and legs.
Mike Moreno from Iowa State down on mat 1. We can't see it at all from where we're at, but he is 4-1 over Taylor Massa right now.
Michigan, so.
Yeah, that'd be a big win for Moreno.
give the host team, the Iowa State Cyclones, a few more points.
Fleming from Clarion now up 9-0 over Demas from Ohio State. Another consolation match.
There's about 4,000 people between us and mat number 1.
Yeah, it's
just
the one.
Hopeless.
Yeah.
Hopeless. Moreno must be riding him, though, because he's got riding time cranking up in his favor.
I wish they would just put that up on the big board.
Yeah, I mean, we know it's a 2013 Division I Wrestling Championships. We could stand to see some action.
Is that where we ended up?
Oh,
I remember getting out of the truck.
Yeah, well, you took a right on 3rd Street.
There's one-way street right here, guys. Every street leads to here tonight in this great city of Des Moines.
So a minute left in the match, and Green now up 13-4 over Alton. And Marino up 7-1 now over Massa, with just going into the second period.
Must have got some more near falls.
Yep, Marino starts down in the second period. I can see that much.
Also wrestling for the Michigan Wolverines and Coach Joe McFarland. Donnie Pritzloff. I would say at this weight class, Donnie Pritzloff's probably in the corner, and Sean Bormat maybe. So the Silver Fox is, I think, what McFarland's called.
Really hard to tell. 800 million.
Or the Gray Wolf, yeah. Look at Steve Monk getting ready. Like, don't you love his headgear?
Where is he?
Got the old bumper out on
front.
He's
down here. Yeah, I know. It's like it's about 100 years old. Baling wire on the back. Duct tape on the top.
The interesting thing he told me, he said, Steve, when I talked to him at the Midlands, did a little interview with him because he was cradling everybody. He said, as soon as the season's over, my headgear, my shoes go in my closet. I get it out the first day of practice next year.
Yeah.
And he won state titles doing that. What? Caleb, that ruined your day, didn't it?
No, but I just wouldn't keep promoting that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'll start playing.
Everyone doesn't have the natural ability to be an eye.
Yeah, that's true. That is amazing.
You know,
the reason I bring it up is because 99.999% of the other kids don't do that, obviously.
We're going to get to next week, and I'm going to put the headphones off, and I'm not going to pick them up till next week.
Yeah, you're going to pull a Steve Monk, aren't you, in the broadcasting?
Absolutely.
Oh, you Jeff Monk.
So Mike Moreno out with an escape, and he's up 8-1 now, and James Green, the victor, 14-4 over Alton. So Dylan Alton does not make the All-American round.
It should be fun, too. I think we got Conrad Pulse in front of us against Monk, so this will be fun.
Yep, and we've got over here on mat number 6, we've got Jed Moore from Virginia versus Jesse Dong from Virginia Tech. So Virginia Tech matchup. Suppose those guys have wrestled a time or two this year?
Oh, man, you can count on it. One other thing Monk did say I thought was cute in that interview. I remember him pointing to his ears, and I'm going, what are you doing? He said, no cauliflower ears, guys.
Yeah. Moreno up 10-1 now over Massa. So the Cyclone scoring bonus points.
Yeah, he is. A lot of riding. Well, he's getting riding time back up there over a minute possibly after that last takedown for the host team. Wow, big scramble down here between Moore and Dong. Virginia Tech, Dong leads right now, but boy, Jed Moore from West Virginia.
Oh, so maybe we got to pay attention to the guys wrestling in the middle match.
Yes,
huh?
Chamberlain.
Yeah, so
we got Chamberlain and
Jordan Oliver and Scott Santos.
Yep.
Steve Santos, sorry, from Columbia. And on the other mat, Howdeshelt and Chamberlain. Howdeshelt from Missouri, Chamberlain from Boise State. Howdeshelt comes in unseeded.
Yes, he does. Howdeshelt, what a story, huh?
Oh, absolutely. Had just an outstanding tournament thus far. You know, he came in and he
31-9.
Yep. Andrew Alton in the first round, and then he beat Dylan Ness in the second round, and then he beat Teo from American in the quarters, and now he's out here against a 2-seed Chamberlain.
There you go. We'll see Dong still winning down here, 3-2. Collar tie between Chamberlain and Howdeshelt.
Jordan Oliver
Missouri and Boise State.
2-0. Yep. Now 2-1 with the escape. So Oliver up 2-1 over Santos of Columbia.
Jordan Oliver, Caleb Nimmer's going to enjoy that one. I know you like watching him. He's just
takedown by Oliver now.
He's like a machine, isn't he, Caleb?
Yeah.
At times, it seems like he scores at will. You know, kind of like Taylor does.
Yeah.
He's obviously working for it, but he's up 4-1.
He's just fundamentally solid.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
So
and jumping up 2 weight classes this year.
Yeah, fundamentally solid, and then he's got a tiger on his back.
No.
So
So Mike Moreno in on a single leg down, and he gets a takedown. And Mike Moreno from Iowa State with a technical fall, 17-2 over Taylor Massa. I'll tell you what, a statement win for Moreno. All-American.
Big win for Marino in Iowa State.
And
Gets
you know
a
what?
standing ovation.
Seeing him. Boy, I'll tell you what, a happy young man right now. What a happy young man. He looks a lot like his dad, too, doesn't he? Out there on the mat in particular.
Him and his dad, Tom Brands, boy, did they have some knockdown dragouts, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, made a statement, his dad once. And I'll talk about that match another time, but boy, that was amazing. I don't think Brands had ever had his nose broke before. Let's just leave it that way. He got a broken nose out of the deal.
So we got a lot of action on one match and not much on the other.
There's more, hey, you might beat me, but I bet I can break your nose.
Yeah. You know, I didn't see what happened in the Battle of the Virginias. Who wound up winning that one?
Dong lost.
Dong lost?
Yeah, so Jed
so
Moore
Jed
was his
Moore.
opponent, correct? Jed
All
Moore
right,
comes
yeah.
out on top with a takedown. So, yep, Jed Moore with a big win. Yep.
All right. So more for more.
And Chamberlain gets a takedown, guys. He's up 2-0 over Howdeshelt. Drake Howdeshelt. Big kick out attempt there by Howdeshelt.
Looked like Howdeshelt got a knee in the forehead. But he
There
does
you go.
kick out. So
Yeah.
makes it 2-1. Both wrestlers on their feet. 13 seconds left in the first period.
He's somewhat unorthodox. He likes to roll around a lot. So
Iowa State back in that tendency they've had in the
Get some more
past
points.
where the coaches don't want to leave the mat. They want to wrestle back to back. And
Is that what's happening?
Sure enough, down there, I think. Nope, I lied to you. It's not Iowa State. It's Asper from Maryland in it.
similar colors, right?
Wrestling
For the Terps.
Wrestling Jordan Blanton.
Illinois.
Yeah, at 174 pounds.
the other Jordan Oliver, up 6-1 now. Matt
6-2
number
maybe?
3, 6-2 with the escape.
Yeah.
Minute
So-
56 seconds to go here between Chamberlain and Howdeshelt. Drake Howdeshelt, Jason Chamberlain, Boise State against Mizzou,
Yeah.
Missouri Tigers.
Did another match of consequence over in the consolations. Cody Yan 0-0 with Stoudemire from North Carolina.
Yeah, North Carolina at one time. Remember, they were early in the tournament. They were right up there, but
Yep.
had a good start.
Not quite as high up now.
No, those first rounds aren't always proper gauges. Kind of collar tie here between
All right. So Cody Yan has Stoudemire on his back.
boy,
But
Minnesota.
Nope, no points.
They've been winning a lot of matches or what, guys? I
Yeah.
haven't kept track, but they haven't lost too many.
Minnesota's done a great
Promise you.
job.
They have won a lot more than they lost. They might be batting 1,000. I'm not sure, but they have won a lot of points.
Down on the farm mat, we haven't talked about it, but Nick Sulzer from Virginia up 2-1 over Bubby Graham from Oklahoma.
Chamberlain still leads in the featured semifinal match against Drake Howdeshelt. 2-1, 1:03 to go in the second period. Just 23 seconds of riding time in favor of Chamberlain.
Now Oklahoma State wants to distance themselves here from everybody else in that number 2 spot.
Yep.
They need bonus points here, so
Penn-
Oliver's up 10-3.
Penn State with 84.5 points right now versus Oklahoma State with, as it comes around the big board, 70.
I mean, to get some
84.5
more.
to 70. Boy, the lead just keeps getting wider.
Well, but honestly, Penn State just had 2 guys eliminated, and
Yeah, the Altons.
the Altons got
And then-
eliminated.
you're right.
133.
Conway
over
got
there,
eliminated
Conway.
too.
So, I mean, that's
Yeah.
what they have, but those guys can't score anymore for them. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Iowa's
So
in
tomorrow
fourth.
morning will be a little bit slow for them. 46 points for Iowa.
Minnesota had 61.5, so they have been scoring some points, guys.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying, though. I mean, Oklahoma State, to keep their distance away from Minnesota, I mean, Oliver should. There's no reason why he shouldn't at least get a major here.
Yep.
So.
Absolutely.
He's got one right now with riding time if the score stayed the same, but I'd be willing to put a lot of money on the score not staying
Cornell
the
in
same.
6th
You
with
think?
40.5.
Wow. Going
You're
out
going
on a limb there.
Yeah, you're risky.
Yeah.
I bet you go to Vegas on vacation a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't call me Clark Griswold for nothing.
Clark Griswold.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good job, Caleb.
So we go into the third period, and the score is 2-2 in favor of Chamberlain. And Howdeshell escapes early in that third period, so it was 2-1. I'm sorry, it's 2-2 now, but now it's not. Now it's 4-2 because Chamberlain takes Howdeshell down. Then it looks like he's going to try to cradle him up, but that's not going to happen.
Ooh, a shot by Chamberlain.
So they go off. Yeah. So they go off the
He
mat.
doesn't shoot much.
A minute and 39 seconds, and
No,
a
that's an
4-2
honest
lead for
observation,
Chamberlain.
You're not being. He
And
doesn't
I'm not
really.
being mean. To
No, he
Chamberlain
doesn't
or
take a lot of shots. He really doesn't. I mean,
Chamberlain and
if he would have had the Iowa crowd cheering for Sakaguchi, he'd have been stalled out against Sakaguchi. He didn't have about 4,000 or 5,000 people screaming at the ref, so that was the difference maker in that. So, well, I got the top 10. So,
you got the top 10. All right.
yes,
You're on
in
top
10th
of
place is
Steve will give you an update after these two matches are done.
Yep, it's exactly right. We're going to have about 8 minutes to kill, so we'll do the top 10 during the 8 minutes of dead time. How about that?
So Mr. Perry over there with the winner.
So
For Illinois.
Howdeshell gets away.
Conrad Pulse is victorious over Steve Monk, so Monk might want to start wrestling in the summertime.
So Steve, what was that about him?
How crass.
That was worth it.
Yeah,
What
that was
about
not
me
good.
being
All
honest
right,
and even bringing it up willingly right there?
So it's 6-3 now. 6-3. Yeah, that's great. I'm glad we got
So you want to be an All-American?
We
Wrestle
got
during the
more.
summer.
Yeah.
6-3 in favor of Chamberlain. 50 seconds left in the match.
Here we go.
You know, we didn't have to go down.
6-3.
We don't have to go down to all those interviews. Hell, they type up all the answers
Just
to the
bring 'em
questions.
right to
and bring
you.
'em
Yeah.
us.
Yep. Tough on top is Chamberlain.
Yeah, so we got something to talk about. We can read these in between times. huh?
Howdeshell needs to get up and out, guys. 28 seconds to go.
Jordan Oliver's still at 10-3. I don't think he scored any more points.
No, he hasn't. Chamberlain
so
and
Mr. Vegas may go down.
Yeah. He's busy reading.
He's studying up here. He's going to be the expert on Nico Megaludis when we get done.
Oh
here.
no, just kind of like.
So Oliver on the bottom to start the third period. He tries to sit out and he tries to stand
doesn't
up
get
and he
caught,
yeah, he
but he
almost
doesn't get
gets
any
caught.
points
yeah.
out of it.
See, what you guys don't know is obviously the score is going to change at the end of the match.
Yeah, because you got riding time. You've got it all wrapped up
Hey,
there.
whole big 1 point.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
6-3.
Hey,
Chamberlain leads.
The best bet is a sure bet.
Yeah.
That's right. Up on his feet is Howdeshell. Howdeshell up and out. Maybe.
No,
Nope. Chamberlain does a good job covering. And
Grabs the ankle.
there it is, guys, with 1:42 of riding time.
50% of the
7-3.
time, it works all the time.
Yeah. 50% of the time. Maybe.
Chamberlain and Oliver probably, huh?
And half the people in the U.S. are below average. I'd like to tell you that.
Yeah, that's right.
See, Oliver's hurt over there. He's on his back. He
not
crawled
good,
over
guys.
there, and
It's not good for Oklahoma State, is it?
No, that's a bad sign.
see, the weird thing
tough.
is he crawled over there, so he was fine. And it might be a head thing, to be honest, and that's not
Concussion
good.
or getting dinged. John Smith down there
So
talking
let's
to him.
look
Eric
around here
Guerrero.
just a little bit.
That's tough.
So at the end of the match, it looks like Nick Solser from Virginia is going to be victorious 3-2 over Bubby Graham from Oklahoma. Oklahoma's not had a very good round either, have they?
Well, Maple won and
Yeah, but Maple won,
yeah, Maple
but nobody
won.
else. And down here at this end, we've got Cody Yon from Minnesota with a 5-2 lead.
Brewer.
35 seconds. Okay, Brewer. 35 seconds left in the third period here.
David Mark Schultz. Oh no, that
That's
goes back
been
away.
a day or two ago.
Yeah, that was then. This is now.
Yeah.
Cody on looks like he's really been working on his tan. Huh?
Yeah. So we're gonna see Tanner Weatherman and Walters from Ohio.
He's been to Soleil Spa, huh?
First name Soleil Spa. Walters. I gotta find him. Walters.
Got to get those ESPNU cameras on.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah,
Doesn't want that glare on the camera. So now Oliver's back out there, 11-3. So I win that.
Cody Walters. I knew that.
So Jan wins.
So Jan is an All-American as well. I tell you what, we're just racing through these matches. I can't keep up.
I don't know what's wrong with Jordan Oliver, but he definitely is injured.
That's why I was wondering. He's acting pretty weird.
53 seconds to go.
Okay, and that's a sign of a head injury, if you ask me.
Yep.
But
11 to 3. That's something my wife tells me each day of my life. He talks about a head injury.
Yeah. And geez, I'm going to push our own table off the podium here. That's a bad sign.
It's almost as bad as belching in a microphone.
Right. So oh, help
what
me.
You're talking about.
Yeah.
Tanner Weatherman.
Santos. That's who I was trying to spit out. He
There you
gets
go.
up for the escape, and now the score's 12 to 3 with 23 seconds left in the match.
And is that Weatherman against Walters, I believe. ISU Ohio down there in the far mat.
Yep.
Scoreless, just getting started. Jordan Oliver, did he
I'm not
score
sure.
in position?
Oliver's
Kinda
got
looks
hold of
like.
him, but I don't think the refs get there. There's
Got
the two.
it.
Yep.
So we got two more, so there you go. Caleb
14 to
Nimmers.
3. Not going to have riding time, so a 14 to 3 victory for Oliver.
Big major there.
Bonus points for the Cowboys.
And for the second time in his career, he will wrestle a Boise State Bronco in the finals.
Now, Oliver's usually pretty emotional, and this is pretty weird. I think
It'll
it's
be
something
interesting.
wrong.
We're going to find out. He's got a day to clear the cobwebs out. Or
Yeah. You can watch cartoons in the morning.
yeah, he's going to get a box of Q-tips.
All right, so we're going to look down here as well. We got Todd
Evans.
Porter versus Mike the Mustache Evans.
Oh, this could be fun. Porter can be a tough one, although he went down big against Brown first round. We all thought that'd be a good first round match, but boy, Brown really took it to Porter.
Yes, he did.
Evans could be a movie star.
Yeah.
Well, I know that that Evans was victorious. Is that right? Now, they dueled. I know Missouri beat Iowa in the duel for third place at the national duels, but what was their outcome there, Jeff Murphy?
Between these two. I'm sorry, I was looking at something else. I have no idea what you just said, Steve.
Porter and Evans, they had to have wrestled, I believe, with that win of Missouri as a team,
hang on,
defeating
I'll see what I can
for
find
third,
out.
and we'll see here.
We got to go up to 174. They're so far ahead of where I'm at thinking here.
And where I was, by the way, with Oliver having another Boise State, he wrestled Hochstrasser a couple years ago, Andrew Hochstrasser, now from Boise State. So now Jordan Oliver will have Jason Chamberlain.
I don't know, because if it happened, Porter didn't win. I can tell you that.
Right.
Tanner Weatherman and Walters here. We haven't really talked about that too much over there.
Oh, we did.
0-0.
You were looking at something else.
Well, yeah.
Brief mention.
It's been
I'm
a couple
just kidding.
minutes.
I'm just kidding.
So
Until 2:30 to go in the first
Hey,
period.
we're late into the second day of this thing, you know. Oh my goodness. So I think that Mike Evans kind of looks like Ben Stiller. What do you think?
Ben Stiller.
Mike Evans, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
from in the Dodgeball movie.
I can see that a little bit.
I think he looks just like Mike Evans.
Well, he
That's
looks a
an
lot
obvious.
like Mike Evans.
Okay, Mr. Obvious.
He'd look a lot like Mike Evans if he'd take that mustache disguise off.
Yeah. Did you think it's on with a tape? Is it taped on?
I'm probably going to say something.
Yeah, let's not even go there. We're going to move right on. So we got bookends of Hawkeyes here. We got Evans versus Porter down here on this end. We've got Lofthouse versus Schwartz from Boise State down on the other end. That one in the first period 0-0, and Evans and Porter 0-0. Tanner Weatherman and Walters 0-0.
And in ninth place for Edinburgh, 34 points.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Steve.
Yeah. Eighth place, Virginia Tech, 34.5 points. So the Hokies are in the top 10. Ohio State Buckeyes in seventh place with 39 points. In sixth place is the Cornell Big Red, 40.5 points. In fifth place, Missouri Tigers out of Columbia, Missouri with 44 points. Iowa Hawkeyes just 2 points ahead of Missouri for fourth place, 46 points. Third place, Minnesota, 61.5. Second place, the Oklahoma State Cowboys with 70 even. And your leading team right now in first place, Penn State Nittany Lions, 84.5.
All righty.
I don't know if that still holds true. If they hadn't scored their bonus points, they wouldn't lead Oklahoma State right now, but it did at one time.
So one other consolation match of note here that Maugan from Northern Illinois University versus Heflin from Ohio State University at 174 pounds. Heflin out to a 4-1 lead with 30 seconds left in the match. And Walters takes a 1-0 lead on Weatherman as they escape to early in the second period.
Neither one
Weather went in on a shot.
And deep on a shot. And
big takedown.
Yeah, Tanner Weatherman, nice job.
Big power double there by Weatherman out of Huxley Ballard High School.
Absolutely. Weatherman says, I'm not going to let Mike Moreno be an All-American and not join him.
Yeah, he's working on it. Walters is going to try to see if that doesn't happen, but it's going to be a good one.
And Heflin,
55 seconds to go.
Heflin with a 4-1 win. So the Ohio State Buckeyes pick up another win.
Brian Smith is livid. His man just got hit with a stall call. And a former Hawkeye, Joe Johnston, he's not happy either.
No, he's not.
NCAA finalist for the Iowa Hawkeyes back in the day. It's Joe Johnston.
Yeah, that was a wrestler too that started off and he really got a whole lot better as his career went on.
Yeah, he did. All right, trying to get the spladle here is Evans.
And he's got it.
He's got Porter in trouble, guys.
Yeah, now
he's got him stacked up.
Yeah, I don't think he can pin him from that position.
Gonna pick up some backs.
Yep. So Evans now up 5-4. 4 to nothing.
Yep.
30 seconds left in the second period.
Okay, St. John and Deringer.
Weatherman and Walters over here. The winner of this, neither one of them are seeded, is going to be an All-American. So
yeah,
pretty cool.
Absolutely. Oh, and Walters gets away. So 2-2 in that match. 20 seconds left in the second period.
I think Walters did start down, so Weatherman will have his choice in the third.
And it's the second period out there between Schwartz and Lofthouse. Looks like Lofthouse got an escape in the second period. He leads 1-0. And our semifinal matches are underway.
Did St. John win 8-4 maybe? I'm just going by memory. I think he beat Deringer in the duel there down in Stillwater. I can probably
tell you here, St. John, they didn't wrestle each other. No, St. John won 8-4. Yes, sir. 8-4.
That's memory. My hard drive hasn't completely crashed. Just half of it. Just the left half of it.
On the other match, you got Jason Welch has 2. Gets the first takedown over Bonin from Northern Iowa.
And that's Bonet, by the way, I found out.
Oh, it's Bonet. Yeah, you're right. I knew that.
I think somebody told me that. So,
man. That's good.
Bonet in a scramble.
Yeah, but it's still 2-0 Jason Welch.
Welch loves to turn it into rolling.
Yeah.
Of course, I talked to Gumby, Ray Brinzer. He loves to watch Jason wrestle.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds of him.
So
Brinzer back in the day.
Yep. Walters with a really tough ride on Weatherman. 1:25 seconds left in the third period.
He needs to get out. What's the riding time situation on that?
Well, Weatherman's up 21 seconds of riding time. He had a lot, and it's counting down. But a long way to go for Walters to get a riding time.
Mathematically, it can happen. 4 seconds, maybe.
It could happen.
Is that right? So he needs to ride him out. Weatherman needs to get out.
Weatherman grabs an ankle and he leans back into him. We'd give you play-by-play on the other matches, but nothing's happening. So
St. John and Deringer just locked up. 1:19 seconds to go with theirs. And
the Hawkeyes don't know where to look. They got so many Hawkeyes out there on the mat right now.
That's stalling, by the way, for Walters, but I don't mean to play the ref. When you're parallel riding like that, my friend, is called with a grapevine in.
Jeff, you're right. We got 3 Hawkeyes out there.
Yep, 3 at one time. Yeah, I know. Yeah, 3 at one time. Walters is now clicking the riding time up in his favor, 14 seconds.
I think they've got one of the trainers out there coaching. I don't think they have enough coaches.
Yeah.
So many Hawkeyes out on the mat.
Now they got some guys that got beat yesterday that sit in the corner. So yeah, I think we all do.
I think McDonough's
I know that's not nice. 30 go there.
33 seconds to go here in the first period between St. John and Deringer.
Weatherman was leaning back into him. I thought Weatherman was going to turn him, but it didn't happen. Still nothing happening on the other two matches.
He's
Welch
getting
and
the legs
Bonet,
in.
they're out there just standing around waiting for the refs to get done with a replay.
By the way,
that's-
better get moving. Or else
By the
he's
way,
gonna
that's
lose.
stalling, referee.
Yeah, well, he's got
Grapevine.
44 seconds now. He may get ridden out. That could be a bad deal. He could lose the
Stalling,
match.
ref.
Getting ridden out the whole third period to lose 3-2.
Calls a stalemate.
He's pretty darn close to it. Better move on the whistle. All right, so we got that all sorted out, and Jason
No
Welch
score
now
here.
up 2-0. Didn't change at all.
No score between St. John and Daringer. Daringer starts on top. St. John of Iowa starts on the bottom. Evans wins. With a major. Evans moves on.
8-0. Tanner Weatherman
Reporter.
stands straight up to his feet. Now he cranks over the top. No, now he's getting back. Oh, back points for Walters, and that's not good. Weatherman's going to go down in the round of 12.
Cody Walters from Ohio University.
Yeah. Weatherman just wants to get off the mat. Yeah, not happy with that one. Walters from Ohio University, All-American.
He does.
5-2. And back to the action.
St. John
or
up by
lack
one.
thereof.
Yeah, up on a point here from the escape. 1:20 to go in the second period.
Yep, and 1:10 to go in the first period with Welch. Welch up 2-0. Look at this. They're just balancing on two legs and hanging in the
between
air.
Bonet and Welch.
Boy.
Bonet trying to shake Welch off. Both schools wear purple, so the Wildcats and the Panthers are wearing purple.
Apparently, both Iowa and Oklahoma State wear black too. So.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, it's confusing. You know, I don't mind the schools changing the colors of their singlet, but they should at least have some of their school color involved. I'm not sure if Carolina ever changed from blue to gray. I'll have to go to the website. But
I don't care either, but we talked about this earlier.
confusing.
No, I don't. We can figure it out because we're close enough to the action, but the guys up in the...
Yeah, and the cheap seats?
Yeah, how are they supposed to tell?
I don't know. They watch the green ribbon board.
So Daringer right now trails St. John. St. John got out, so it's 1-0, guys. Last time they locked up, it was 8-4.
Yep.
I'll tell you what happening this time.
Slow. There's more action in the heavyweight matches.
Yeah.
And Welch just riding. There's 12 seconds left in the first period that's going to finally come to a merciful end.
And how much riding time there for Welch?
Welch is going to have 2 minutes and 20 seconds of riding time. And it's a 2-0 lead. Whew. Lofthouse and Schwartz in the consolation match coming down to 23 seconds left in sudden victory. All tied up 1-1. I'd like to tell you something more about that, but I can't tell you anything more because there's just, it's too far away.
Nothing big.
Yeah, Schwartz got a stall warning, but
Daringer gets out, tied
15
it up.
seconds left in the sudden victory.
1-1 here between Daringer and St. John. And a minute 43 seconds going to third period. So. Junior Tech still in.
Schwartz is riding him tough. It's a 30-second ride outs down there is what I can tell now. And looks like Schwartz rode Lofthouse the whole time. And that was there must be going back to the center for sudden victory. Another 1 minute. Must be the second overtime. Bless you.
Couldn't quite get that.
Hey, at least you didn't burp.
Yeah, trying to get.
Oops, he's bodily.
You know, you feel bad. The guy next to you feels even worse. He's trying to wipe his computer screen off.
I got a squeegee out my back pocket.
58 seconds ago. Come on, guys. We were supposed to have fun. Remember? That was in our job description.
There's a minute and 15. There's a minute and 15 seconds left in the match between Bonet and Welch, and Bonet's ridden him the whole second period. So it's just a riding competition here. In this
is a dance gone by here. This is between Daringer and St. John. They just really nobody's even taken a shot, guys. Literally, it's been at collar. 2 escapes, 1 by each athlete. And there's a shot by Daringer. And a shot by St. John. That must be the end of the match.
Bonet gets too high, and Welch has got him by the head, and he's trying to pull him underneath.
Oh, Bonet's in trouble,
but Bonet's still got a really death grip on his head.
Yeah, good luck, Bonet.
The ref,
I've seen this before.
And
St. John almost gets
and
the
Bonet
takedown.
pulls out, and Welch gets the 2, and 2 back points. So Welch now up 6-0.
Jason Welch, more times than not, is going to come out on top of that.
Correct.
Carrasco.
And now we're back down in this Lofthouse and Schwartz match. We're in the we've been through
5 seconds
2
to go.
overtime periods. We're into the 30-second rideouts in the second go-round, and
St.
Lofthouse gets out with 9 seconds gone in the first
St.
period.
John and Daringer 1-1 sudden victory. They just did a complete rehearsal on how to take one shot apiece in the whole match.
Yeah. So
Perfect rehearsal too, by the way.
So cautious, is that what you're saying,
yeah.
Steve?
Cautious with a capital C. Who's the first guy that's willing to take a shot? I think they both had one at the end, 31 seconds to
so
go.
the Missouri Tigers get another one here. Larson gets a 4-2 victory over Thomas Sett at 184 pounds.
He'll move on. Yeah.
And Schwartz is trying to get away down there.
We got Kyvan Gatson up here.
And St. John in on a single leg with
They're
20
on a
seconds
shot.
left. Oh, but Daringer kicks out.
Kind of riding the edge there is Daringer. He's going to have to stay busy too. 12 seconds to go. St. John was in on a leg.
Yeah.
So
12 seconds though.
you got a Burak from Penn against Gatson, I think, coming up.
I can bet you that nothing's going to happen now.
Yeah.
In 12 seconds, we're just going to
grab
hang
hands.
there.
You're really putting yourself out there.
Yeah. hey, Mr. Obvious.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what's happened down on that far. I think they're in the 400th overtime period down there between Lofthouse and Schwartz.
From Boise State. Lofthouse is from Utah, and so I wonder if they've ever met.
And Schwartz gets out, and so the riding time is 17 seconds in favor of Lofthouse. So I think it's all done. And I think Lofthouse wins based upon the Hawkeye reaction.
Daringer tried to put St. John in a cradle, but St. John stepped out of it, got the escape. So St. John came up, a standing cradle attempt by Daringer. It's kind of a desperate attempt. I think he knew St. John had that inside stand-up was going to clear out for a...
Oh, but Daringer in on a single leg.
Smartest thing he can do.
Yeah. I think no points.
Nothing. St. John sprawls out of that situation. Now he'll go down.
Just a second, it looked like maybe he was going to get 2, but it did not happen.
John Smith is pointing to Tom Brands. He's saying, remember when I beat you in freestyle by 10 points?
30 seconds left in the match over there with Welch and Bonet. Welch is riding him again. He's got that riding time all the way back up to 3 minutes. 6-0 still down there.
St. John starts on top, Daringer on the bottom. Daringer needs to kick out. St. John trying to cover.
Out
Daringer
down.
He's out in 2 seconds. So.
All right, so we'll see what happens here. I'll bet one of them will shoot in on a takedown. What do you want to bet?
Well, Daringer did last time and almost scored, but St. John with a good...
That's because everyone in the arena, including St. John, didn't think that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, Daringer in again and on a single, but not... Nope, and St. John
he's taking
counters.
some shots. Guerrero and Smith working the refs.
Yeah. Guerrero says, get him off the headgear. John Smith was quite a nice hairdo, don't you think?
Yeah.
He's got a new haircut. That's a pretty nice one. Yeah. All right, so Jason Welch with 1 point for the 3-minute and 9-second riding time he made, and he wins 7-1, goes to the finals.
Stuff going on, and Bonet was defeated from UNI, but to make it from the semifinals for Bonet,
all right,
coming in here unseeded was an accomplishment in itself.
We had a little blood timeout, but the blood timeout is now over, and so we'll go to the second sudden victory.
So who does Welch wrestle in the finals?
Nope, I'll take that back. I lied to you. We got more blood timeout.
We got Kyvan Gatson here down on match 534.
Yep, Gadsden down 2-0.
I gotta believe, I think Iowa State wrestled Penn in a duel.
And Ryan Loader from Northern Iowa wins 5-2 over Josh Ennin from Nebraska.
Did these two wrestle in a duel maybe? Iowa State and Penn, Burrick and Gatson?
That very well could have been.
Brother.
No, but they went out east. They went out east and wrestled in the duel.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how that all turned out.
157. After this, I'm going to turn it over to the East Lansing Strangler to my left here. Nick Simmons.
Bailing out on us, huh?
Unless Caleb wants to. You want to take a break? I'm going to let you do. That'll be your call, Caleb. You do as you wish.
Burke lost to Gadsden 3-1 in sudden victory in the duel.
St. John. Who did what?
Burke lost to Gadsden 3-1 in sudden victory in the duel.
So they wrestle each other tight, don't they? And it was out in Pennsylvania. I remember when Iowa State took that East Coast run. So right now, St. John just trying to get a takedown here.
Derringer doing a good job of fighting him off, but
this is the immovable object against the irresistible force out here, I think. Who's going to take a shot?
Yeah.
So they could reward half points for shots. These guys would go after it.
Yeah. Got another Iowa Hawkeye down there on the far mat.
So what do we got?
They got the other Burke out there. Ethan Burke versus Alfonso Hernandez. Hernandez up 2-0. Now we're going to go to something. Not sure what
rideouts here, I think. So Minnesota up on their feet.
Oh, because they got Sheptock and Steinhaus. So Sheptock up 6-2 over Steinhaus right now.
That's it.
Like that's it. Sheptock's going to win now.
Steinhaus goes down. Can you imagine?
That was sudden victory.
Was Steinhaus an All-American then?
No.
Wow. Couldn't have convinced me of that at the beginning of the season.
All right. We're going to go to, I don't know what we're going to do. This has been around so long that I'm going to have to shave again if this match doesn't get over soon.
That's for sure.
Real entertaining, too.
Yeah.
This match has been so long, we are going to have to shave again before it's over. That's how long this
they're going to have to hold up the consolation rounds. They're going too fast.
I'll tell you what. St. John on top, Derringer on the bottom.
St. John riding him tough.
Still 2-2.
Ride him all the way out to the entire
road out. So now, he's got to cut him because of the time difference, right? Because of the riding time difference.
Yeah, 2 seconds.
He's got to cut him or turn him. Turn him on the 2.
All right,
more likely to cut him.
Let's look down here. We got, while we're waiting on the blood timeout, that's what we're waiting on, is a blood timeout. So we got Burke and Gadsden down here. Micah Burke from Penn.
He's up?
Yep, he's up 3-1 right now. 48 seconds left in the second period.
Yes, 3-1 or 2-2 technically. But
so again, I mean, Burke
blood
won
time
3-1 earlier in the duel. So Gadsden, I'm sorry, won 3-1. So.
Second period just closing up here, 26 seconds.
And the other Burak brother, he's up 2-1 over down 2-1 to Alfonso Hernandez. Down on the other end.
Kyvan wrestling like his Uncle Charlie. He's really attacking the head. I remember Charlie doing that back. Boy, he would just pound on you.
All right, so
he's going to give St. John.
It doesn't happen yet.
Good hips by Derringer.
But he started both up, gave St. John the opportunity to start on his feet.
Huge. And they end up shoelace to shoelace. So
St. John had a good reaction there.
He did. Oh, good defense.
So it's 3-2 in favor of St. John right now. Derringer's got to get in and get the takedown or he's going to lose this thing. He's got 9 seconds left. He's pursuing him, but I don't think he's going to get it done. 4, 3, 2, nope. And St. John goes to the final.
There you go, St. John and Welch. It's a Big Ten showdown right there. St. John and Welch. Big win for the Iowa Hawkeyes. And Gadsden gets out. It's now 3-2. And I think I'll stick with this until Gadsden, and then I'll let you hop in. Or Caleb, I'm going to let you do the call. I'll let you decide, my friend.
You want to talk to somebody?
Well, you know what? I get to do the finals, and you get a watch, so why don't we be fair to you, and I'll opt out, unless you're wore out.
No, I'm all right.
Sounds good. We'll bring the East Lansing Strangler in here. I'm going to finish with the Gadsden match here. Keep track this with Burek, and then we'll ask Nick Simmons to step in here.
So we got Rosholt and Boley over here. Rosholt up 2-0 over Boley in the first period.
Christopher Boley, the heckler's got to be somewhere.
Who else? And we got Mario Gonzalez and Scott Schiller down on the far mat. That's in the first period at 0-0.
Yeah.
And Burak and Hernandez. Hernandez now up 4-3. 4-3. And there's the heckler.
Yeah, he's got to show up someplace. Fortunately, he's on that side, guys. Not right behind us.
That's always a good plan.
Yes.
All right, so Gadsden down 3-2 in the third period. 40 seconds
to
left.
go.
Yep, gonna have to do something if you're Gadsden or not gonna make the All-American round.
He's trying to get Burek to shoot on him.
Yeah. Burek doesn't need to shoot. You just got to hang in there and fight him off. 25 seconds left.
Gadsden, boy, 19 seconds
Oh,
here.
Gadsden in on
a
a single.
shot on a single leg.
Can he finish?
Right here.
Burek sitting
Gotta
back
come
on.
up.
Gadsden's coming straight up hard. Takes Burek down for 2.
2 points with 8
7
seconds to
seconds
go.
left. 6. Burek tries to duck under, but Gadsden on top.
Boy, big win there for
and
Ivan
Gadsden's
Gadsden.
going to win it.
Woo!
Ivan Gadsden, All-American.
8 seconds to go. So
4-3, All-American for
that's
Ivan
huge for
Gadsden.
Ivan, huh?
Yep, that sure as heck is.
That's huge. Everybody in the place on their hands,
Yeah.
on their feet,
That's great
standing
for
on their hands.
Ivan.
Pretty emotional.
Yeah,
right there.
absolutely. Absolutely. Great hustle out of that young man at the end of that match. So he knew what he had to do, and he just went right out.
Did
and
that
he got
one for
it
his
done.
dad.
Absolutely.
He did that one for his dad, for Willie. Okay, Nick Simmons, you ready to hop in, my friend? I'm ready.
Oh, you're ready, man. You're going to go get us Cokes or something, aren't you, Steve? Something to quench my parched throat. Yeah, that'd be great. Here, take this empty one here, would you? No, I like a Coke. I got to have the caffeine at this point in my life.
Water, Coke. I'm good.
You okay?
Yeah.
All right,
So here we are.
if you want to
Welcome back.
get Mr. Simmons is back here.
Absolutely.
So if we want to kind of get ready for 165.
Oh,
then
you
we'll
think
go
we have
back.
to get ready?
Well, we'll kind of talk about what's going on.
Oh,
So we've
okay.
got Dake and Caldwell. That's on mat number 3. That's the 1 and the 4 seed. And we've got Yates and Taylor. So Yates from Virginia Tech, David Taylor from Penn State. So all 4 of the top seeds have advanced to the semifinals.
Is that the only weight class that happened in?
I don't think so. I think that's somewhere else.
Heavyweight might have.
No, because Hankey was the
because-
4th
yeah,
seed
you're
and he
right.
lost.
You're right.
Yeah, maybe
Yep.
that is.
Yep. Yeah, I think you might be right there.
All right, so
197, the 1, 5, and 3.
84 it happens.
Yep.
84.
Yep.
So just to interrupt for a sec, Alfonso Hernandez from Wyoming defeats Burek from Iowa 6-3. So Hernandez makes the All-American round. It's 1-0 in favor of Scott Schiller over Mario Gonzalez down on the far end.
133 it happened too.
Did it?
So,
And Delaney from Citadel and Hankey from Oregon State, 0-0. They'll be up on mat 1 here in a second. Rosholt is up 5-1 on Boley. And Johnson and Thomasette early in the first period, 0-0.
yeah, David Taylor didn't do that huge backflip or whatever he did. He almost hit the bottom of the scoreboard there last time. Told him to.
You don't
John
gotta go too
Reeder
far
almost
for that.
Yeah.
John Reeder almost went out there and said, "Hey, buddy, you can't warm up as much as I did."
Slow down there, son.
Yeah.
You're going to burn all that energy off.
Yeah.
All right, so.
So
Burek, Gadsden. Hey, Gadsden beat. Nope, he's going to get Hernandez. I was going to say he beat one Burek, and then he's going to have to wrestle the other Burek.
So David Taylor hasn't wrestled any longer than 2 minutes and 52 seconds. So he's had a
No
fall.
big deal.
Yeah, no big deal here.
Yeah.
He's had a fall in every single match here. So we're just underway. So I'll kind of stay and pay attention to Dake and Caldwell, and you guys can.
That was a nice pick right there on the edge by Taylor. See if he can pull it in.
So if Taylor pins this match and then beats Dake in the finals, you suppose he's got a shot at outstanding wrestler?
Nah.
No.
Not a chance.
Not a chance. Okay.
He'll probably give it to Perry.
Hey, I'm telling you,
Real exciting.
Yates has lasted longer than the last guy.
I just about took a pin and poked him. I was like, I just wanted to relieve some of that pressure you had on you, buddy. Just chill out. Let's have a good time.
So Rochelt wins over Boley, 10-2. Major decision. More bonus points for the Cowboys.
Not a lot happening in the semis right now. Dake with a duck under, though. As soon as I say that, go figure.
Yeah, always works that way. So Dake up 2-0 now.
No, it's still 0-0 over there on mat number 3.
I'm sorry, not Dake. David Taylor up 2-0. Sorry. I'm confusing myself.
So Caldwell and Dake still 0-0, minute 30 into that match. And Dake.
Oh, nice little Granby.
Yeah, that was came out good.
Yeah, by Yates. 2-1 now. Favorite David Taylor. Taylor gets up a little slow. I'm not sure what that's all about.
He looks a little dinged up.
He looks like he doesn't know where he's at right now.
I didn't see what.
I think he might have hit.
Is that his knee or his head?
No, I think he might have hit the bottom of his chin when he came up.
I don't know, but when he first came up and got to his knees, it looked like he didn't have a clue where he was at.
That's what
He was going to fall back over.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oliver kind of did the same thing.
Did he?
His match, yeah. So.
Boy, this is going to screw up ESPN if he's all dinged up and Yates beats him.
We got Dake over there, still 0-0 with 40 seconds left in the match.
Whoops.
They haven't done a whole lot over there with those two so far.
And in the consolation, Schiller from Minnesota up 3-1 over Gonzalez and wins that match. So Schiller, another big win for the Minnesota Golden Gophers.
Still 0-0 between Dake and Caldwell over there. 15 seconds to go.
So Yates going back down?
Oh, looks like Taylor's going to go down.
I don't.
Wasn't that injury time, though?
I thought so.
Why would Taylor go back down? That doesn't make any sense.
I wouldn't assume Yates chose top.
It's not the start of the. It's the
Yeah,
first
but
period.
it was an injury timeout.
Right.
Didn't he get his choice?
So Yates chose top.
Evidently, maybe he figures he can ride Taylor. So maybe he figures.
I'm confused on what just happened there.
Yeah.
Why would you? That doesn't make any sense at all.
No, it doesn't make any sense. And I'm not sure anybody's making any sense. And now, we got questions. Kevin Dresser asking lots of questions.
Yeah, Yates tried to hook up my reverse headlock that I do there, but a little differently.
And now they warned their sideline.
Yeah, Kenny Ritchie does. I think he had to do that. I think that's an automatic warning. Taylor really slow getting up. Did you notice that?
Yeah, a little bit.
I still don't know why he did that.
Yeah, I'm still confused on why he's down right now.
No.
Why?
No, doesn't make any sense. Maybe he thought he was dinged up and he could catch him in something. I don't know.
There's a stalling call right there on Yates. Hasn't returned Taylor to the mat yet.
So start of the second period here. Kyle Dake got the escape. Now he's up 1-0 over Caldwell.
Still not a lot of action out of those two over there right now.
Just really slow.
A whole lot, to be honest. I mean, they kind of, their style is kind of like that. But
Yates
is riding him pretty tough, though.
Yep, takes Taylor back to the mat. I thought Taylor was going to pop that head out, but I'm not sure that's what potentially dangerous. So I'm not sure. Yates kind of protesting why the potentially dangerous call.
Dresser's standing up right now and waving the refs over.
Oh, that's really cold on my neck. Quick, hide that. Put that under the cup so nobody
Feels good
sees
a little
it.
bit, though.
Yeah, it did feel kind of good. All right.
Oh, yeah, and cookies.
Oh, cookies, too? What the? You're the man, Steve.
It's like Christmas over here.
It is like Christmas.
all right.
Now all the fans at home get to listen to us munch. We'll have to take turns taking bites. So, I don't know, more discussion, and Kenny Ritchie, the referee, over at the scorer's table trying to sort out what's going on. Kevin Dresser, he's kind of upset about the whole thing, talking to Ritchie and not sure. And
Ever since that injury time, though, he hasn't looked very good.
No.
I mean, he hasn't looked like his normal self out there. David Taylor hasn't.
Maybe this is just letting him recoup now. Well, Dresser's got the ref over at the head table there. What are they looking at right now?
I don't know.
I mean, he didn't give him a point for that, so what's the deal?
Yeah, I don't know what the whole discussion is over there on the table. Are they looking at something, though, too, on the replay?
I think he's think he
I
said,
think they're looking at the TV.
yeah. I think he said, I want to just have you go review that monitor out of spite. What are you trying to review? I just don't like you.
And we go to the third period on mat number 3. Dick with a 1-0 lead. Riding time not a factor right now. And Caldwell with
Those cookies are good, fellas.
We might have to try a bite of that.
Yeah.
mat number 4.
I'll talk for a while you chew. Oh, and it's been so long I can't remember who's out there. And Yates really high on Taylor. They're both standing on their feet now. Yates gets warned for stalling again, and now that's a point for Taylor. Taylor looks like he taps out on the whole deal. I'm not sure what that was all about. But they start over again. Kenny Ritchie says, all right, let's go back to center. It's 3-1 now in favor of Taylor. 43 seconds left in this first period.
Yep, Gibson and Felix going out there, over there.
And Taylor.
Oh, there's a reversal to his back right there.
Taylor's putting him to his back. He's got him cradled up and on his back, and I can't see. Nope, and it looks like Yates spins out of it, so Taylor gets 2 for the near fall.
Yep.
And he's up 5-1 now, 7-1 now. 7-1 with the near fall.
There.
Real quick there, Gibson's up 6-2 in his All-American
Where's he at?
bout.
Oh,
He's all the way down. He's wrestling Felix
Over
from
Felix
Boise State.
Yep. So that'd be an
And
unseated.
Yates tries a little Granby, and Taylor almost catches him. Not quite, though. And
Kind of
that's the end of
dangerous
the period.
scrambling with a high half there.
Yeah, that just didn't look like a real smart move.
So Dake and Caldwell going at it here. Now Dake has almost 50 seconds of riding time, so he's going to try to hold on to him at least for that to get the minute. And Caldwell really up on his feet now.
Yeah, but not quite out.
Dake got the riding time right now, so he can let him go if he wants to. I think.
Oh, look at that. Look how high Yates is hanging out there on that head.
Yep. David Taylor finally got hand control there, was able to pop out.
Yep. And
Back in on a high C right away.
8-1 and back in on a leg and
Now
cradles him
cradle.
up. Not quite.
Got it.
He's got it. Okay.
Let's see if he turns him with it.
Beginning of the end here.
There
he
it is,
goes.
right there.
There's David. David Taylor. Well,
Only time would tell, right?
yeah, absolutely. Kind of knew it was going to come eventually.
Dude's a stud.
Boy, oh boy, that's going to be some match tomorrow night.
It's not over yet here, man.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry, I'm
Dake and
premature.
Caldwell it's 1-1. If Caldwell can get a reversal here, could tie it up. But oh wow,
We got 8 seconds left.
Dake
Over
put
there
it to
with
his
Dake.
back, but Gibson looks like he's in control there. 9-2 in the second period over Felix. So
Yeah, really in control. So, you know, Matt Gibson wins that match, and you're going to have Iowa State with 3 All-Americans. That's a far cry from where they were a year ago at this time. All right. So there you go. ESPN breathes a giant collective sigh of relief.
Yeah, no kidding, right? What would they have done if that would have not happened?
I don't know. That would have been interesting. And so,
might as well not even air it.
yeah, they'd switch
By the
to
way,
figure skating
we're
or
not
something.
doing synchronized swimming.
Yeah.
Actually,
So Kyle Dake, your winner. So sets up the much anticipated match for tomorrow night with Dake going for his 4-time fourth championship and Taylor trying to get his second.
So Dake wins 2-0. Okay, and then David Taylor with the fall in 3 minutes 24 seconds.
Garnett and Thorne here in a tight little position here on mat 5.
Oh, Garnett throws
Right to his back.
Yeah.
What's that going to be? 8-1 now in the first.
So that's a big hill that Thorne's got to climb out from.
Yeah, speaking of hills, Garnett's climbed back pretty well since that first round.
Yeah, absolutely. Done very, very well. Time runs out, and so we go to the second period here between Garnett and Thorne. And what do we got? Mat 6. Trice out there on mat 6. Your man's out there on mat 6. Pay attention to it here,
I'm
would you?
watching here,
All right.
man.
That's
I
important.
Told you could take a nap until the.
Hey, he's up 6-2.
No, you're
6-2. So Trice from Central Michigan over Stolfi from Bucknell. What are you going to do when Trice graduates this year? You're going to have to find a new favorite.
He's not. He's just a good
Thorne with the big throw. Thorne with a big throw. Oh, but
lateral drop.
But Garnett comes out of it okay. So he gets a reversal then. So
Only
now
got
it's
2 near fall.
8-5 in favor of Garnett.
Garnett, 2 minutes of riding time right now, 1.5 minutes left in the second. Man, I can't believe Thorne didn't set his hips right there. I thought he was going to pin him right there.
Yeah. And so we've got Sprinkle and Cox down there on the far mat. Sprinkle from North Dakota State up 3-1 over Cox from Wyoming.
Man, that was a nice match he had last
look
time,
at this.
wasn't it?
Garnett's got Thorne on his back.
Oh, he's going to get the fall right here. He's
Yes,
locked up
he
in a
is. He's
tight
got locked
headlock.
up really tight.
Right there.
There it is.
Yep. That was tight.
So Garnett with a fall over Thorne. Minute and 6 seconds left in that second period. And with a minute left in the third period, Matt Gibson from Iowa State up 11-2 over Felix from Boise State.
You know, Felix kind of got handed a match there when Telford got hurt, but
Yep. So Felix, Gibson, Sprinkle, Cox.
Trice just won.
Yeah, Trice, 7-3, All-American. And we've got McCormick and Morrison going to be right here in front of us. Nathan McCormick from Missouri, Jonathan Morrison, Oklahoma State. And Gibson says, I'm going to turn you again.
Wow.
That's good.
wow.
Turn him a
Put
little
the clamps
more.
on
There
him
it
now
is.
at the
He's
end.
getting counted. All right.
11-2 without the near fall plus the riding time.
More bonus points for Gibson. He's been a scoring machine for the Cyclones here this tournament.
Oh,
Looking
yeah.
over here at 174 before they get ready, and you know, I've seen Robinson kind of scurrying around the arena, but I don't see him at all in the corner over there. I don't know if he.
Yeah.
I
I don't see him in the corner either right now.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Matt Gibson
He's coming up.
Matt Gibson runs over and picks up John Reeder, gives him a giant hug.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
all right. So very nice. So what do we got over here? We got Cody Brewer and Chris Dardanes getting started over here on mat 6-0-0 early in the first period.
What a tough dude, Jay Robinson, man. He pretty much has one leg right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But what an attitude he's got, though. Just we interviewed him here a couple weeks ago on the radio show, and just fun to talk with.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a new lease on life. Just a really positive attitude, and
Yeah, he does.
funny. Just, you know, it was a great interview.
He probably still tries to get out there and wrestle, to be honest.
Would that surprise you if he didn't?
No, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Okay, so Morrison up with Morrison up with a 2-1 lead here over McCormick from Missouri.
What do we got here? Dardanes and Brewer of Oklahoma.
Yep.
Dardanes up 2-0 in the first. Only a minute into it.
Yep. As the second period winds down, Sprinkle up 3-1 over Cox. And a big gap down there on the other mat. I guess we're done with the. Well, I don't know why we got a gap down there. Maybe decided they don't want to use that mat anymore.
How about Sprinkle, though? Last year he had to wrestle Sanders to be an All-American in the blood round because Sanders got upset, and then have to try to do it again with McDonough.
Yep, absolutely. He had a great match, though. All right, we're going to get started here with the 174-pounders.
Go to 174 pounds.
All right, so we got We got Chris Perry from Oklahoma State out here versus Robert Kokish.
Takedown right away.
Yep. And Matt Brown from Penn State versus Logan Storley from Minnesota, and Brown with the early takedown 2-0 lead immediately.
39-3.
And Chris Perry not with the takedown.
And the Big Ten matchup on mat number 4. Logan Storley of Minnesota, number 6 seed. He was 6th place last year.
Storley out with the escape, so 2-1 now in favor of Brown.
Penn State, number 2 seed. 31-4 this year.
So Perry and Kokish going at it over there on 3.
You know, if they want to close a mat down, they ought to close down that mat 1 where we can't see it. At least we can see mat 2.
At least raise it for us.
Yeah, something. Have half of those guys that are sitting down there move over to that mat so we could actually see something.
ESPN's got their camera right in
Yeah,
the way.
I know. It's just impossible to see anything down there.
Still not a lot of action with, was that Perry there and Enan?
No,
Kokish, excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah, just not a lot of blinding speed moves there.
You know, really, all four of these guys aren't real high scoring. But we'll see here, you know.
Nothing really happening on the outside mats at the moment as well.
No, it's suspended animation here.
Let's go back to eating my cookie.
That's right.
Perry got in a shot. He took a shot in the first period, but it didn't work out. So.
But it didn't work out, huh?
Yep.
So he'll never try that again.
No. So about a minute to go in the first period between Perry and Kokish. Old Big 12s this would have been, but now it's Big 10 against Big 12.
Up Morrison up 5-1 on McCormick right now, and just at the start of the second period. They're both neutral.
So 3 Big 10s and 1 Big 12 out there.
Yep. See, this would be a Big 12, but not anymore. Now it's a MAC and a Big 12.
Oh, I meant over there, yeah. Yeah, you're right. You know, are they going to stay out there? Are they going to go to the Western or?
Who?
You think they might
Missouri
go to the Pac-12 or something? Or
no, the Big 12?
Yeah, no, the Pac-12.
No, I know. Missouri, you say?
Missouri.
Well, I think they like where they're at.
I think so, too.
They're in a pretty good conference, bringing some people in.
They have a decent amount of qualifiers, but...
Yeah. They did a pretty good job of dominating this year.
Well, Sprinkle end up winning down there. So all you people at home know.
That's the point, though. It's not as good competition. It's just...
Well, I understand.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of qualifiers. They made all 10 guys got here, so.
Yeah.
Perry in on a shot right now. 5 seconds left to see if he finishes it. 2,
1. Ooh, no.
At the buzzer. Nope.
Nope.
Nothing. Either one.
So 0-0 the end of the first period down there.
The second period starting over here with Brown. Brown starting down. Fires up right away. See if he gets out.
And he does. So Brown out to a 3-1 lead. Brown in on a little half shot. Storley about counters him about, takes him down, but Brown squares back up and they go off the mat.
I have a little blood time
Something
over here.
going on.
Is that what happened?
Yep.
I think it must be. Now the refs are having to talk to each other about something here too. I'm not sure what that is. J-Rob says, I'm going to get up and crutch out there.
I just hope they don't go near him while he's sitting in that chair.
Yeah, that's just it. Hey, did you notice the woman who sang the national anthem here earlier, how she had those high-heeled wrestling shoes on out in the middle of the mat? Yeah, I just looked like going, they're going, no, not on the mat. Take those shoes off.
Yeah.
Oh, my. Hey, got an escape down there from Perry. And so he's up 1-0 in the second period now. Brown and Storley look like they're in some kind of a blocking drill in football. They're kind of lining up in a three-point stance versus each other.
Perry needs to get a takedown here. I mean,
Someone needs to.
Yeah. Shall we all dance?
Yeah.
Dardane's on the side here is up 8-3 on Brewer. Minute and a half left in the third.
Now, what would you tell Perry, considering what he's been doing this tournament?
I'd tell him to try a little offense. That'd be a plan.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't believe his matches were as close as they were.
I mean, what did you tell him when when he goes back? I mean, look, you're better than what you're showing, or what?
Yeah, open up a little bit more, just let it go. I mean, you're that type of wrestler where you can.
Yeah.
Well, that's just it. He certainly can. He just doesn't. And you live by the sword, you die by the sword that way eventually.
Yeah.
those 1-point matches. Got a little blood down here again between Brown and Storley.
Don't like it coming down to those tiebreakers. It's all a coin flip from there.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that's not any fun at all. Oh, Morrison
Nice
in
shot,
on a nice shot.
A little high crotch cut single there.
Yeah, hasn't quite got it yet.
Kale's over there cracking jokes, and Brown's laughing. Or something, I don't know.
Trying to keep him loose maybe, huh?
Yeah.
Morrison ended up finishing that.
I think he told him that if he picks his nose long enough, it'll start bleeding.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
You know, at least with the blood timeouts, they've got an excuse for this one lasting forever.
Yeah.
The other two guys have no excuse. So the end of the second period, we're going to the third with the incredibly large score of 1-0 in favor of Perry.
With a whole lot of riding time, too.
Yeah.
Only 10 seconds up on the board.
Yeah. And immediately...
Going to get reversed here. It looks
Yeah.
like right to his back.
Oh, right to his back.
Wow.
But I don't know if he called anything.
Now he did.
Reversal, but no back points.
Nothing.
Manning
Wow.
wants it.
You got to review that.
Whew, so
That was
Kokish.
close.
You got to review that.
But Perry almost reverses him, comes out front, gets the one. So we're tied up 2-2.
This is going to be a good match here with Sakaguchi and Bruschetta.
Yeah.
Ties things up on mat 3.
So Sakaguchi must have beat Vincent.
Manning-
Yeah, he did a
Manning
takedown right at the end.
Okay.
Manning, I think Manning's going to try.
I was down there on mat 1 again where I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
And then I looked the other way, and then the score was done, and I didn't.
On mat number 6, Devin Drew.
Well, good for him.
Yeah.
I can't believe Manning's not trying to challenge that.
Minnesota.
Well,
You think? I mean, don't you think that he had...
I don't know.
I think what it came down to is the ref giving control there. You know, that's probably why he wasn't counting.
I guess you're probably right. You're not going to challenge something like that because in reality, it'd be a 4-point move.
Well, that's just
Right.
At least, you know,
Yeah.
because if you gave him the near fall, then he'd need takedown.
Yeah.
Too, so.
Yep. Well, so we're going to have a lot of standing around talking. It looks like
We got
Perry's headgears.
Injury, blood time on both
Yeah.
mats. Bruschetta's brother here, actually, both of them wrestled at Oregon State for Coach Zaleski.
Okay. Sakaguchi in on the takedown early in the match.
Oh, got reversed right there. That was a nice little Granby roll by Bruschetta.
But Sakaguchi back up to his feet with the escape immediately. So 3-2 favor Sakaguchi. So we got the other Dardanes brother. So the first Dardanes brother won, and now we've got Nick out there. Chris won. Now we got Nick. He's wrestling Nevinger from Cornell. That's 0-0 in this first period.
Sakaguchi with another takedown. Now he's got it. Looks like he's working on a bent leg Turk right now. Let's see if he can get. Oh, lights are going out.
Now we have no lights. It's just like the Super Bowl, guys.
They're keeping them wrestling too. I like it. All the refs got night vision on right now.
The only people who have lights are the upper deck. All right. I told Wells Fargo to pay that electric bill last week.
This is pretty cool, actually.
It is pretty
You know
cool.
what they need to do is put the spotlights down and have it like
There
the
you
old
go.
high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually not bad right now.
All right, somebody flipped the wrong switch. Let's turn all the upper deck lights on and turn all the lights off in the rest of the auditorium.
At least they're letting everyone wrestle still.
This is pretty professional.
Well, that's
to me.
just it. Those Super Bowl guys, they're a bunch of pansies. They got to stop, but not the wrestlers. We're just going to keep on going.
You know what's pretty cool is these guys didn't skip a beat.
Nope,
Nobody.
Nope, they didn't even stop to look.
Nothing.
All right, so we're back going again in all matches. That's a good thing. Brown's up 3-2 with 5 seconds left.
We got 2-2 down there with Perry and Kokish. Was that a minute left? A minute left.
Oh, and Matt Brown on to the final. Wow.
So Matt Brown advances for Penn
That's
State.
right. What can Brown do for you?
Maybe win a title.
All right. And we got Kokish and Perry all tied up 2-2 with only 10 seconds of riding time in the match. So
30 seconds to go.
Who are they?
I think they're Penn State. I tell you what. You know, Perry and Kokish are so far down on that edge of the mat, they look like they're wrestling on mat number 2 over there.
Maybe someone will score if we extend the mat a little bit.
It looks like it's a long way away with this lighting.
Yes, it does. So has your heckler been back since I've been gone?
No, thank goodness. All right, 7 seconds left in regulation. And we're really not seeing much. Bunch of little half shots and sort of couldas.
Now we're in OT, 1 minute neutral, getting ready to start here.
2-2. And nobody's made an announcement about the lights at all or anything.
So you suppose people didn't notice?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. No, nothing about like, hey, look, we're sorry.
Hey, wow, the lights
went out. No, you know what I meant.
Yeah, I know what you.
It's act like it was natural, like it was supposed to happen.
Yeah. Wow,
Well,
this is
we're
pretty
the only
cool.
ones that didn't get the memo.
There they go.
Yep. Go. Oh, Perry with the takedown. My goodness. Perry's got like 15 lives in overtime.
Yes, he does. I didn't even see what happened. I was watching Sakaguchi down here.
Yeah. Looked like Kokish
Single
kind of
leg.
went in and Perry grabbed a single leg and that was all she wrote.
Chris Perry.
Once
So
again,
Perry and Brown tomorrow night. That'll be a barn burner.
so a 4-2 overtime victory for Perry.
Yep. All right, so Dardanes and Nevinger down here, still 0-0 in the second period. Sakaguchi up 5-4 over Bruschetta.
A minute and a half riding time. And those are the only 2 matches going.
Yep, nothing happening down on the far end. Oh, there is something down on mat 1.
They just figured out they can still wrestle even with the lights dim.
Exactly. Lupinchansky from Purdue and Dylan Ness from Minnesota. Kind of like to watch that one. I wish I was down on mat 1.
Lupinchansky got some tricks.
Oh boy, that would be an entertaining match with those two.
Sakaguchi and deep here on a single cut the corner, or on a high crotch and cut the corner. See if he can finish it. No, stalemate.
So Lupinchansky and Ness, just 2 pretty tall guys with arms about 8 foot long apiece, going at it down there.
So,
Yep.
the consolation quarterfinals are actually they're going along pretty well here. They're kind of at 141, it looks like, right around there.
Yeah, they're making really good time. We're going to get out of here a good time tonight. In fact,
They're kind of keeping up with
yep, if they speed it up a little bit, I'll get out of here in time to see Iowa State tip off.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Tip off.
What's that other stuff going
that
on
other
right now?
sport, yeah, who knows?
No.
Synchronized swimming championships are this weekend.
Oh yeah, gymnastics.
Yeah, gymnastics up at Iowa State, the Big 8 or Big 12 tournament up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so Ness with the takedown. He's up 2-0 over Lupinchansky early in the first period.
I was talking about that with Ed Bannock.
About the gymnastics championship?
Well, no.
Ed would look good in the floor exercises.
No, the
right about now.
synchronized swimming.
Yeah, synchronized swimming.
No, Ed was telling me, we were talking about his match between Mark Schultz, where, Bannock would have been a 4-time national champ, but Schultz beat him.
Yeah.
If you remember that.
Yeah.
And he tried throwing him, and I just asked him about it, like, why did he pull that? Gable seemed like he was really upset, and he told a story about basically how they'd kind of worked out a lot together, and that was a move that he hit on him a lot, and he somehow kind of countered it and put him right on his back. So.
Okay. So third period, a minute left, and Nevinger's got a 4-0 lead over Dardanes. Looks like we got a little blood on that match. So what are we learning about tonight? Oh, Mitchell Port. All right. Kendrick Maple. I have plenty of literature to study up on tonight.
Sure you will.
Well, I might.
You're not the guy.
If you're lucky.
And hand him down, huh?
It involves
There you
reading.
go.
I
Read
don't know
that.
if you're
Yeah.
gonna do that.
Oh, I was going to have my wife read it to me.
Sakaguchi on a shot right now. It's 6-5. Sakaguchi with less than a minute. Bruschetta's sitting in the corner pretty hard, though. Let's see what happens here. Don't got a whole lot of other stuff going on around us right now.
Ness and Lupichansky just rolling around all over the place down there. Ness riding him tough, but just, I mean, they roll and roll, but with those two guys, you know that's going to happen. Ness with 1 minute and 45 seconds of riding time. A lot of action, no scoring. And now we got I thought they were booing somebody, but it's Ruth.
Sounds like it a lot.
Yeah.
I get confused, and I look for if the coaches are yelling at each other and what's going on.
So Ed Ruth's going to face Steve Bozak. So we're going to have two past national champions squaring off against each other.
Going down here though, right in front of us.
Yep.
So
8-5. Moving into the Conti semis.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting ready here. Well, not quite. All right, Scott Sakaguchi, 8-5. Moves on. And so I mentioned that we got two national books. And Nevinger from Cornell with a 5-2 win over Nick Dardanes from Minnesota. And we're in the second period, just getting ready to start the second period between Lupichansky and Ness. Ness up 2-0 with 2:20 of riding time. Lupichansky starts on top, but Ness gets out right away for a third point.
So 84 is just getting underway here, guys. So we'll
All right.
pay attention to that.
So-
And what do you know? Ed Ruth already has a takedown.
Ruth and Bozak. I didn't even get a chance to see my side of the bracket yet. And so I've got Hamlin and Bennett over here on our mat.
My bracket's buried. I got all these papers in front of me.
So Robert Hanlon, the 3 seed versus Bennett, the 2 seed from Central Michigan.
This guy here's been doing work too. Green, he's fought his way back since the first round
yeah,
too.
he's been impressive.
Yep.
He's done a great job.
So we got an escape over there.
Oh, I missed that.
Green versus
Bozak
Jed
and-
Moore.
Got Pena with a takedown right away on Fleming.
Yep. So it's 2-1. Ed Ruth over on Bozak.
Yep, got a blood
Now
time
looking
out.
for near fall.
Hamlin, they're trying to suture him up here.
Over Monster.
Yeah. And Ness is up 4-2 now on Lupichansky. 6-2, I'm sorry, on Lupichansky. 48 seconds left in the second period. So we got Hamlin all stitched up, and he's back at it with Bennett. You're checking your stocks there?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Checking them real
See how the market goes today.
Yeah.
Well, the lights went off here. We had to make sure the lights are still on over there.
Gotta make sure the lights are still on at Apple.
The grid went down across America.
Yeah.
Consolation results at 38 are as
Having a brownout here in Des Moines.
37. Lady of the Citadel, winner by
Some guy flipped the wrong light switch. I'm going to guarantee you that. There's no way the upper lights are on and the bottom lights are off.
6:43.
So still 2-1 here now. Ed Ruth on top. Steve Bozak of Cornell.
Pena with a bar arm right now on Fleming. He's going to run him over.
Bennett kind of takes Hamlin takes a little half shot on Bennett, but nothing doing.
There it is right there. Pena working for the fall on Fleming. It's about the only action happening out here on these mats right now.
Yeah.
Green getting after it on top.
Well, Ness and Lupichansky dancing down on the far mat. Ness up 8-2 right now. Oh, Fleming gets out of it though.
Wow. That's a nice bridge.
Yeah. So Pena 5-0.
Trying to rack up his near fall points before Fleming try to get his shot on top.
Hamlin in on a single leg. And he
That was nice.
2-0 in favor of Robert Hamlin. Minute left in that first period.
Especially on Bennett. Bennett's hard to score on. Keeps good
Absolutely.
position.
And Bennett back out with the escape, so 2-1 now. Ed Ruth dancing around with Bozak.
Kind of surprised, actually. I mean, I don't that Ruth hasn't been able to get a little more offense in here. But
into the second period, he's not used to that.
I mean, granted, Steve Bosak is no slouch, but Ruth has been on a tear.
Ruth with only a 2-1 lead. He starts in the down position, but immediately escapes. Not quite.
Yeah, he escaped, and he's trying to get.
No, he hasn't given the escape yet, though. I think he was waiting to see if he was going to get the. There's the escape.
Yeah. There it is.
Waiting to see if he's going to get the reversal, I think.
Ruth's just standing there toe-to-toe with him like it's no big deal. Right there on the edge there.
Some of the things that he does, you would never really teach because he stands straight. Like, a lot of times.
It's no big deal to him.
Yeah.
I think he's baiting him by standing straight up.
Yeah.
Trying to get him to come to him. All right.
He's trying to make it entertaining.
Second period. Bennett takes down.
Our top two team scores, Oklahoma State still in second with 94 points. Penn State still in first with 100.5.
Penn State with
Good
100.5
job,
and Oklahoma State with 94 points. That's the top two teams.
Ed Ruth working in on a single leg takedown, now to a double. Trying to get his head up. Up 3-1 right now in the second period.
Yeah. So Bennett gets away, and it's 2-2 in the second period now. Minute and 38 seconds left in that period. And Dylan
Second on a shot right now. Ruth hits the floor, blow him out.
Dylan Ness with the big win, 11-5 over Lupachansky from Purdue. So Minnesota, another big win for them.
The winner down on that number 1, Dylan Ness from Minnesota. Now Moreno from Iowa State and Salzer of Virginia.
No. I thought we had the heckler behind us again.
There's no terrapins out there.
No, his shorts would light up this place.
Yeah,
He's probably not even in here right now.
No, he's sitting over there in the green shirt in the first row.
Oh, yeah.
I saw him stand up earlier.
You can't miss that shirt.
No, I
either.
know. He's sitting amongst all the red and the yellow over there, the fluorescent green shirt. Looks like it's getting darker again. I tell you what, we got it's a kind of a slow strobe effect.
Bennett's in on a shot right now.
Yep.
It's tied 2-2 with 35 seconds left in the second. See if he can finish it on the edge of the mat there.
Yep, we're in the third period down between Bosak and Ruth. Bosak started down, immediately jumped up to his feet, trying to get hand position from Ruth. Ruth trying to take him back to the mat, and he finally gets it done. Bosak immediately back up to his feet. Ruth takes him back to the mat again. Still 3-1 in favor of Ruth. Minute and 35 seconds left in the match.
You know, this might be good for Ruth, actually, to wrestle a whole match. To, kind of work out some. I liked that when I competed. You know, it's not always great to. You know what I'm saying, though?
No, it's always good. Just get them done, get off the mat, man.
Yeah, you do. You know exactly what I mean.
You want to go to double overtime.
Not double overtime. He's up 3-1.
Oh, for sure.
It's good to get a workout.
Yeah.
Get in, get out, get it done with.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is last year's national champion. I just like to point that out. Yeah. So.
Thanks for backing me up.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah. No big deal. Yeah.
Oh. Ruth just riding tough. Got a minute and 8 seconds of riding time.
Hamlin starts on bottom there. He's going to revert. Look at the escape.
So Hamlin up 3-2.
Pretty good movement there because Bennett can ride. That dude rides tough.
Yeah. So Hamlin out.
Hamlin's been around for a while, though.
Yep. All right, so
we got Green in here on a single leg of his own right here at the right in front of us. 3-2.
I don't think he knows what a single leg
that's
is.
that's a lot.
That's why I didn't finish it.
Yeah. I tell you what, that match is a lot closer than I would have thought it might have been.
Yeah, me too.
Because I really thought Green would just get after him, but Jed Moore's doing a good job.
Staying down, not biting on him.
All right. There's Ed Ruth with the big 3-1 with riding time over last year's national champion, Steve Bosak from Cornell. All right. So Penn State with another one in the finals.
Moore's going to beat Green here. There's less than 10 seconds left right now. They're on the edge of the mat. Doesn't look like he's going to finish this shot.
No, but riding time. 2 minutes and 10 seconds of riding time.
Oh, I didn't see that.
You know, it's not really fair to Ed Ruth. I mean, he's had such a great tournament, but if his teammate David Taylor is able to beat Dake, I mean, you've got to give him the Hodge, you know.
Yep.
So it doesn't really matter what Ruth does because he doesn't have somebody that,
for sure,
caliber to wrestle in the finals. But
and I lied down here. Going in the third period.
Yeah. Now the lights are starting to come back on again.
R.J. Pena over here over Fleming with 8-0 plus his, or 7-0 plus his riding time. He's got 6 minutes of riding time.
My goodness, 6 minutes of riding time. Well, that's been an exciting match. No, and Green in on the double leg, but Moore just peels his hands right up. And all right, 40 seconds left. 40 seconds left, and Hamlin up 3-2.
Bennett hasn't really took a full penetration yet to help channel it, to help this situation.
There he took kind of a three-quarter shot, but it was fairly deep, but Hamlin stepped out. Yeah, don't even go there. I was going to say something. No, never mind. Oh, it's been a long week so far.
Come on, man.
Bennett trying now, but out of bounds. 5 seconds left. Too little, too late. Oh, and Moore's got Green on his back, and he just stuck him.
What happened there?
Moore threw Green to his back and pinned him.
Hamlin with the upset, 3-2.
With the upset. So we're going to see a Hamlin.
Wow, I
Ed
didn't even
Ruth
see that. I can't believe Green just got beat.
I didn't see how it happened, but I heard the cheer, and Moore had him on his back.
Wow.
All right.
So
hey, as the lights all come back on, wow, there's wrestling going on out here.
They thought we all left.
So that was 3-2 or 4-3?
Yeah. 3-2 right there with Hamlin.
So we're going to have sort of a repeat of the Big Ten down here at this end, because we're going to see Conrad Poltz from Illinois and Cody Yon from Minnesota, and right next to him, Jordan Blanton from Illinois and Nick Heflin from Ohio State. So we're wrestling the Big Tens down here at this end. And we got Mike Marino down on mat 1. You know, we got 2 mats down here. They could have him wrestle down here once in a while.
Yeah.
And Nick Sulzer from Virginia. So Moreno and Sulzer from Virginia, that's in the first period now. Actually, in the second period, Moreno up 3-1 over Sulzer.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that ESPN didn't get after him with the light thing. Quick, but
I'm sure the viewers knew what was going on at home.
Oh, yeah.
We, the fans here, didn't.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so everything underway here in the consolations. Heflin over Blanton 2-1. Jan and Poltz 0-0 early in the first period. And Moreno up 3-1 over Sulzer down on the far end.
Oh, yeah.
So Blanton and Heflin, like you said. Heflin up 2-1 right now.
Oh.
Heflin of Ohio State.
Who's this right
Blanton
here?
of Illinois.
This is
Poles and Jan.
Yep, Poles and Jan.
Jan's about booted him in the face there when he was kicking out.
Yeah.
Oregon State, winner by a major decision, 8-0.
Jan wanted to make sure that those lights came back on his tan. You know,
Yeah,
he'd been watching
exactly.
for a while. Yeah. He's like, come on, like, it's ESPNU.
Yeah. Well, you know why Ed Ruth didn't pin Steve Bozak? Because the lights are out, he couldn't show him the lights.
Yeah,
that's right.
Been waiting for that.
Well played.
Hey, there's a lot of action going on right now.
Yeah, no kidding.
So 197 here.
Well,
we're gonna have Kilgore and Meeks going at it. So the 1 seed against the 5. Oregon State against Kent State. And then Matt Wilps of Pittsburgh and Quentin Wright of Penn State. So an all-Pennsylvania semifinal.
Absolutely. So Moreno up 3-1 at the start of the third period. Moreno on top in the third period, and he's got 1 minute and 20 seconds of riding time and adding to it. Heflin up 2-1 over Blanton, and Jan and Polt still 0-0.
A minute left in their first period. They only got one man on that far side running. Yes, they do.
Only got one.
It's
Yep.
been like that for a while. I don't know what
They can't get any energy to that bat. That's why. That's why the lights went down. They tried to turn those clocks on and suck the power out of this joint.
That's probably it.
So what do you guys think here with Wright and Wilps here?
You're asking us to think, huh?
Yeah. Sorry.
I think
that
right.
could be dangerous.
I think it's right.
Okay.
I think it's right.
Okay. It is right.
I didn't mean to be a joke there. It's right. It's just right. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with you on that one myself.
Yeah. I just think he's got too much.
We're underway here now. I'm with you on that. If he wrestles like he did his last match,
Right.
where he opened up and he wrestled like the Quentin Wright that we all know. But
I tell you what, Kilgore and Meeks just going at it.
They're gonna hand fight pretty hard over there.
Oh boy, a lot of hand fighting. Looks kind of like the three
Quentin in right away on a high crotch.
Yeah. Oh, but Wilps
able to put his foot back down.
Yeah. Picks it off.
Kilgore in on a single leg.
No, but
see if Meeks can fend it off here.
Oh,
nope.
but no. Well, maybe. Edge
Back
of the
into
mat.
a wizard position there.
Yeah.
Right on the edge. He's got to start fighting the hands there. That way he can't pull him back in.
So Kilgore trying to suck him back in.
You guys want to go tell him to sit down so we can see what's happening?
If they would.
I think he's going to be able to here.
Yeah, back up on his feet.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, but wait.
Meeks with a switch.
Yeah, gonna slide. Nope.
No, he did.
Kilgore's got a leg and they're right on the edge of the mat.
But he's got a hand in.
Referee lets him continue. I'm not sure what's happening now.
Good
Still
job
got a leg
by
and looks like
Kilgore,
Kilgore's
actually.
going to get 2 maybe out of this.
Wow.
2. He does get 2.
Yeah, they gave him 2 right there on the edge of the mat. Good job.
And now we got blood.
Good job by Kilgore understanding where he was on the mat. Okay. And knowing that, hey, look, I've got to keep a hand in bounds so that and also move my hips over top.
Yeah.
So I like that, how it goes all around the world, how that line is actually infinity in college wrestling. But
still don't have a whole lot of action since that high crotch single leg attempt on Quentin here.
Yeah. Oh, just as you say that right in on a shot, but
we're just going to say that the whole time. That way there's a lot of action.
Every time you say that, somebody does something. So Kilgore and
we got Pulls up 1-0 over Jan right now in the second with a minute left. They're both neutral.
Kilgore and Meeks back at it. And Mike Moreno from Iowa State with a 4-2 win over Sulzer from Virginia. Moreno having a good tournament.
Both neutral with a minute left.
Kilgore spinning and grabs that ankle. And not quite yet, but I think he's going to. Yep, there's 2 for Kilgore. Up 4-1 now.
Got Evans getting ready to start over there on mat 1. I can't see who he's got.
He's wrestling
Ohio.
And Walters from Ohio, yep. So no action in the first period between Wilps and Quentin Wright. 0-0 to start second period. Wilps takes down. And Kilgore just riding down there, still up 4-1. Oh, has over a minute of riding time now.
Meeks with an escape.
Meeks with an escape.
Kilgore in right away.
No.
Kicked out. Yeah, Wilps up to his feet too right away.
Yeah.
Quentin just kind of tried to return and then just kicked him out.
All right, there it is. That's the end of the first period between Kilgore and Meeks. 4-2 in favor of Kilgore. Meeks takes down to start the first period. An escape down here on mat 4, and Wilps with the 1-0 lead temporarily. Oh, but
Quentin putting a lot of pressure on him right there.
Right in on upper body, trying to grab him to throw him, but Wilps fights him off.
Kilgore has a cradle locked up right now, near side cradle. Let's see if he can get some exposure with this. Meeks has a strong base right now, though, too.
Yep, Kilgore gives it up. Meeks tries a little switch, but that doesn't work. All right, so I don't even know who won that one.
I don't either.
Matt Wilps has kind of been, he's doing a really good job defense against Quentin Wright here.
Poles and Jan are all tied up at 1 with less than a minute, both neutral.
So now 4-3.
I think Heflin might have won that match.
For Kilgore over Meeks from Oregon State.
So a lot of dancing around hand
Kilgore
fight.
in a nice double leg, and he's going to finish that. Wow, good job.
No.
Whizzer.
I
thought for sure he was going to finish that.
I did too, but no cigars. So Kilgore up 4-3 still, 35 seconds left in the second period. And Quentin Wright up, not up, Quentin Wright down. Wilps up 1-0. Starting the third period now. Quentin Wright starts the third period down. His chance to get his escape point.
The other match coming to the end of the second period there, less than 10 seconds. Meeks down 3-4, but Kilgore also has minute 50 riding time.
All right, Jan and Poles 1-1 here in front of us in sudden victory.
Poles in deep too.
Oh, but Jan kind of kicks out. Oh. Wow. Oh, but Poles comes. Oh, nobody gets
squares up. That was slick.
Yeah, that was really slick. Looked like both wrestlers had it just for sure twice, and neither did. So still 1-1 in that sudden victory. Wright still down. Wilps covers, and we'll start again there.
Still 1-0, a minute 30 to go in that one.
Yep, not much action anywhere here.
Kilgore getting ready to reverse Meeks.
No, so Quentin Wright's going to get the escape. Yep. So now tied up 1-1. 1:20 to go in the match.
Kilgore
with an escape.
Yep, 5-3 now in favor of Kilgore. Got a minute and 20 riding time as well.
These two are going to tiebreaker here. Poles is going down.
All right. Minute left between Wright and Wilps. 1-1. Riding time not a factor.
Coach from Ohio University to the table, please.
Wilps tries a little single leg, kind of a half-hearted shot. They go off
Meeks on a takedown himself right now over there too.
That'd be big.
Can't really see what's going on. That screen's so small. Could they make it a little bigger?
Yeah.
He got a takedown.
There it is. Takedown. All right, 5-5 now.
Needs to re-race this riding time before
he's got
Kilgore gets out.
He can ride him for just a little bit. He can erase the riding time.
10 seconds here.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's
going to get reversed to his back here.
Yeah, and he just gets reversed. So much for that plan. Kilgore up 7-5 and maintains the riding time. 1-1, 25 seconds here between Wilps and Quentin Wright. Oh, Wilps in deep on an ankle, but Wright wraps him up.
Wow. Meeks with an escape.
Wilps trying to come out the back. Got his head up. Wright's got him really tight, locking his ankles around him. Wilps trying to come out 7 seconds. Oh, Wilps is shaking him down, trying to come out.
He about did.
But he didn't quite. Wright grabbed a hold of him, and time runs out. Wow. So we're going to go to sudden victory between Wright and Wilps.
Meeks less than 5 seconds left. He's in on his shot. Well, Kilgore just have him in a front headlock now. 8-6 that final with the riding time.
Yeah. Oh, right in on a single leg early in the overtime. Wilps kind of grabs him through the crotch. Wright lifts his head up and hoists it up.
Fight the hands right there. He needs to fight the hands.
Whoops,
Attack the hands.
turns around, gets the splits, and way out on the edge of the mat.
If Wright can get his head up and trap that ankle, he's going to get 2 here.
Yeah,
he's got to get his head up, though.
Yeah.
And he's already working on grabbing that other ankle.
But Wilkes has got him sprawled out. Yep.
Yeah.
Stalemate, 23 seconds left in the overtime period here. You see who won that match? Between Poles and...
I did not. All that stuff was happening
I know.
over there.
I didn't either. I guess we'll know tomorrow.
It's a really good job by Meeks, actually. I mean, I thought he wrestled Kilgore really well.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I mean, 8 to 5 or 8 to 6 was the final.
8-6, 7-6 without that riding time.
Just scored 6 points on Kilgore is a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
So that's the end of the overtime period. So we'll go into the 30-second rideouts here. So in the tiebreaker, Whoops is going to start down to start with. Whoops gets out immediately, 4 seconds into it. Both wrestlers on their feet. Wright just looks like he's tired or something.
Yeah.
Caleb Cradle rocked up right here. I don't know who's wrestling. Is that Lofthouse, I think?
Yeah,
Lofthouse
I think
and Larson.
So much excitement. You doing your taxes over there, Caleb? Well, I see you're poking the calculator. I thought maybe you're doing your taxes.
You want to do mine too?
Time. Yeah.
Well, you're over here answering the phone and everything. Now you're trying to get after. Somebody texted me. I can't get back to him. Yeah.
Oh.
Man. Yeah. I got my Dancing with the Stars partner, Don Bradley, getting ready.
Yeah.
Quentin Wright got this.
Quentin in. Yep.
Now it's 2-2.
2-2, but there is exactly 0 riding time.
Yep. We've got Maniac fan over there in the corner. He's getting after it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's got his flag out.
Yeah. He's there. He's hollering.
Yep.
Got Shep Talk and Loader going at it over there. 1-1, all tied up in that consolation match.
So
Lofthouse and Larson here in front of us, still 0-0 with a minute left in the first.
So still 2-2 here between Wright and Wilkes over here. So.
Yep. And Evans and Walters down there in the consolations on the far mat in the third period. Evans up 1-0. All right, so we go to another sudden victory.
So we've got 2 Hawkeyes going at it right now, actually, in the consolations.
Yep, one here and one at the other end.
Got Lofthouse and Larson going at it over here.
Oh, Wilkes in on a single leg. Really up. Can't quite get him picked up. Quentin Wright. Cale Sanderson whacks him in the butt. Says, get back out. Get after. Oh,
Super Duck come up.
Yeah. Not quite, though. Whoops fights it off. Oh, he fakes like he's going to go low. But
Quentin's starting to pick up his pace a little bit. This one, he wrestles like that.
Yeah,
it's tough
to
absolutely.
Because he's so dangerous, man. It doesn't matter what position he's in.
We wouldn't be here right now if he was wrestling like that the whole. I mean,
good point.
he's when he's got that offense going, he's just tough.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, Wilson really deep on a single leg, but Wright draped over the top.
Yeah, this isn't going to
hands locked under the crotch, and that's not going anywhere. Time's going to run out. So back to the tiebreakers. No time, no riding time on the clock.
So now the riding time stays the same. We'll go back on our feet.
Yep, absolutely. Seen that happen once today already. In that case, they rode each other out every time. I don't think that's going to happen here.
Action right here,
Yep.
though.
And there's Wright with the escape. He got 5 seconds into it. Not sure how the clock has 23 seconds and the riding time has 5 exactly, but
yeah, that makes no sense.
It didn't because I thought they stopped it right away, but. All right, so Evans of Iowa wins 4-2, 5-2 over Walters. All right, Going to have Guyvan Gadsden from Iowa State up on the other end versus Alfonso Hernandez.
What do you know? That's on mat number 1.
Yeah, that must be the Iowa State mat here this afternoon, or this evening.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. I mean,
I'll tell you
a
what,
lot of their fans
over here. I think so, too.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, Welch did not give himself a lot of time to get out.
No, 5 seconds here. Gonna have to go. He's to his feet immediately, but Wright's hanging on. 2, 1, 0. Still hanging on. 1, 2, and he gets away. So 3 seconds of riding time. Whoops is gonna have to go take him down.
now.
15 seconds.
Wright hasn't been warned either, so he can kind of do a little marathon tag.
15 seconds.
Just keep him at bay right here.
Yep. 10 seconds. Whoops pushing him, but
just down block.
Yep, not going to happen. 7 seconds left. Coming back to the center. Going to start again. All right. Wright backs off. 4, 3, 2, 1, and
3 seconds is the difference in that match.
Boy, oh boy. Can't let it get to that. Wright and Kilgore in the final. All righty. So we're coming down to the last of the heavyweight matches.
2 undefeated wrestlers going in there.
Now we're going to be all done about the same time because I see we got heavyweights in the consolations down at the far end. So timed that just about right tonight. Oh, Iowa State tips off in 4 minutes. Going to have to get these matches done quick.
So we've got, did you see what happened in the Evans match?
Yeah, Evans won 5-2.
So he won 5-2.
Yep.
And then
Ryan Loader over here with a 2-1 lead over Jimmy Sheptock from Maryland.
Larson in on a high crotch, which Lofthouse ended up coming out of that somehow get the takedown himself. Now it's 2-0 with 1:30 left in the third.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got 2 minutes of riding time too.
Sheptock takes Loader to the mat, so Sheptock now up 3-2 with, and that's it. Sheptock wins it 3-2 over Loader from UNI.
Yep. So
why don't you get you those pants for tomorrow? Let's borrow this for that guy.
Nice looking pants.
How much money do I have to give you to wear those? Huh?
Hey, I'd look sharp.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, right. Gadsden up 2-1 over Hernandez, and they're scrambling on the edge of the mat.
So Sheptock beats Ryan Loader.
Yeah.
3-2, so he moves on.
And Gadsden up 2-1 now.
Yep.
Over Hernandez. Both wrestlers on their feet in the middle of the match, or in the middle of the mat.
Was he gonna have to wrestle?
So we got a heavyweight match coming up, a couple of them. Going to see Dom Bradley versus Mike McMullen from Northwestern. And Alan Galagayev in a rematch with Tony Nilsson from National Duels. When Nilsson showed him the Tony Half Nilsson and turned him over.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting here, I think. I mean,
well, it's going to be a contrast in styles, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, what does Galagayev have to do, you think, to beat Nelson here? I mean, it's his strength to lock up with people, but I don't think Nelson's really going to allow that.
And Nelson's probably stronger than a lot of those other guys too.
Yeah, you're
absolutely right.
You're right. But I mean, Galagayev's proven that it doesn't matter how strong you are, I think, lately. But I mean, he's not throwing trice or anything like that. But he's a lot bigger than when we first saw him come in.
Right. Yeah, he is.
He's not the same guy. But I honestly, first time I saw him wrestle, I really wasn't sure how his style was going to do. You know, coming over. But he's really improved a lot. But
and in the other match, I think it's going to be two guys lean against each other for about 7 minutes and maybe longer. McMullen's a nice-looking heavyweight, though.
He is. He can attack too. McMullen can move and attack. He's got a pretty decent shot on him.
So Ethan Lofthouse with the big win down here.
Utah kid.
Really quickly, they take that score off the scoreboard fast. And so we're going to see Rosholt and Schiller out here on mat number 6 across from us.
So Iowa gets 2 more All-Americans in this round with Evans and Lofthouse. And if you can see that score over there, is that Gadsden up 4-3?
4-3
Yeah.
Gadsden with
Minute 20 left in the second.
Yep, 38 seconds of riding time for Gadsden.
Yep, Gadsden's got a minute 38 seconds of riding
Yeah.
time.
Oh, Gadsden in on a takedown, and he gets 2. And he's up 6-3 now.
I think the only way you could tell that is because the ref put up 2.
No, I saw him initiate the takedown, and then he disappeared behind the people.
So he assumed.
And then the ref did put up 2.
Yeah. That's the only way I could see.
Yeah.
Big guys have started now.
Yep.
I felt the earth moving.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
tying him up, trying to throw him right off the bat.
Right away.
Wow, with the takedown. And McMullen in on an ankle on. Oh. But Bradley kicks out.
G came out hard right there.
Yep.
Going for it.
I told you, man, he's not the same guy.
Yeah.
I don't care when you wrestled him. He's improved throughout the season, not just when they.
I'll tell you what. McMullen decided to get Bradley's heart pumping right off the bat there.
I mean, because, G is so dangerous with it, you have to respect it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he did, and Nelson went to bail the other way, and I think G ended up catching his foot with a foot sweep there to take him down.
So Nilsson with the escape, well, relatively speaking, got away. And 2-1 now, 2 minutes in the first period still. And after that early flurry down on the other mat,
pace slowed down a little bit, huh?
A little bit of pushing and shoving. Although McMullen wants to move a little more than Bradley wishes to.
Should be smart of him to stand there with that big boy.
Yeah.
I mean, McMullen's big himself, but Dom's a pretty big guy.
Yeah, I tell you what, if you stood there with him, the pigeons might land on him thinking they're a statue because they just weren't going to move. Oh, McMullen kind of swoops in him for a foot. Oh, Bradley about crunches him running out of bounds. Gadsden's still up 6-3 in the third period now over Hernandez. 7-3, Gadsden with the escape.
We got Delaney and Thomas out here in front of us, halfway through the first. No action.
Schiller's defeating Rosholt right now, 3-0.
Rosholt with no points. That's kind of hard to believe.
Yeah. This is big team race-wise, though.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Because, Rosholt loses. He can't score anymore. He's eliminated, so. We got a little blood time here, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Tony
Nelson's bleeding.
Yeah.
Tony the Half Nelson.
Tony the Half. That's right.
And the G-Man.
Yep. And Schiller and Bradley, well, they're still there.
Oh. All right. And we've got Gadsden up 7-3 now.
Not Schiller. I mean McMullen and Bradley.
Yeah.
Said
one thing. Off, huh?
Yeah. Hey, that'd be interesting. Schiller and Rosholt. Schiller still up 3-0.
Look at G working hard again. Putting a lot of pressure on Nelson.
From when he first came there, I'm just really impressed with how physical he's gotten.
Yep. Gadsden
he wasn't used to that style.
Yeah, well, he's gotten so much bigger.
Yeah.
So much bigger. All right. Oh, look at that.
Oh, I missed it. I was watching those.
Galagayev in on an ankle. Takes Nelson down.
Single leg.
Just a lot of legs and arms flying there.
He's keeping Nelson on his heels a lot right now, which is obviously great for G there.
Oh, Gadsden with a 9-4 lead and 2 more points, 11-4 now. 23 seconds left in the period. In riding time, make it 12-4.
McMullen got the escape. Now he's up 1-0 over Don Bradley.
All right.
Looking for near fall here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did Thomasette get that? you get any?
I don't think he did. Nope. Nope.
So,
but Delaney ends up getting an escape out of it.
David Taylor and Kyle Dake. How about that?
who's that?
They say we get to see each other again.
They're gonna
See what happens.
They're going to wrestle.
Want to have a date Saturday night?
That's the last match.
All right, so Bradley in on a single leg, trying to drag McMullen back on the mat.
Thomasette with a takedown and near fall.
Bradley falls on that leg, but McMullen with the other leg. But I'm bound and determined to have somebody else out there wrestling Bradley.
Yeah. One of the 97-pounders.
All right, so Kyvan Gadsden from Iowa State with a 12-4 win over Alfonso Hernandez from Wyoming.
That's 3 Cyclone All-Americans.
That's 3 Cyclone All-Americans. Gibson's got to come up one more time. He's going to wrestle your buddy.
Reporting to map 1.
That'll be a...
Trice and Gibson. Boy, I wish that was going to be down here. That's cleared out the other end, too.
You sure about
That's the Cyclone corner.
Obviously. About as far away as you can get.
Probably just said they're all wrestling back to back. We'll just keep them all here so they don't have to run back and forth.
That's just it. The coaches just get to sit.
Galagayev here getting physical back on his feet again.
Oh.
I mean, he's only up 4-3 with a minute 20 left in the second, but it seems a lot worse than that, how he started out.
And McMullen's up 1-0 at the end of the second period. Kind of shoves Bradley off the mat, and they come back to the center. So we go to the third period. That one 1-0 and 4 seconds of riding time.
So we're going to go neutral here.
Yep, 1 minute
A
left
minute to go in the second period.
All right, so
4-3.
4 seconds of riding time gets erased down there on the far mat. And now it's 1-1, McMullen and Bradley. And 397-pounders waiting in the wings.
Tony Nelson and Galagayev going at it, 4-3. Galagayev up. Man, he really likes throwing that left hook, huh?
Yeah.
That left python, I should say.
Yeah, he comes pretty hard with it.
Yeah, big. Really kind of sets up that inside trip, that foot sweep that he does a lot. There's a lot of things that he works off that most heavyweights never see unless they're wrestling him, you know.
Right.
So Nelson's got 10 seconds left here in the second period. And looks like time's just going to run down, and we'll go to the third. And it's 1-1 down on the other mat with 1 minute left. Both wrestlers in the center of the mat.
I think Galagayev already, he said he wants to go neutral here, so.
Bradley looks like he's going to be content to see this thing go to overtime again.
Pretty smart there. I mean, you guys talked about Nelson turning him, you know, so.
There's Scott Schiller with a 5-2 win over Rosholt from Oklahoma State.
And Nelson has yet to prove to put Galagayev in any danger right now.
Has he taken a shot?
I don't even think so. He's been on his heels the whole time.
Yeah.
McMullen with a misdirection.
Oh, McMullen. Nice shot, but Bradley. Oh, McMullen comes around, but Bradley's on the edge of the mat, and he's going to have a heck of a time getting him back in.
Dom ended up on a single leg himself, and then McMullen with a Russian spin to end up back on the single leg, and they both go out.
Oh, that's too bad that didn't happen in the middle of the mat. More action than we've seen in all of Dom Bradley's matches put together right there in that flurry.
So Galagayev here still up 4-3 with about a minute to go. Nelson in on a shot attempt. Now
Galagayev falls off. Oh my goodness.
In a cradle. There's two there.
Oh my. What a turn of fate.
5-4 now, Tony.
That was kind of weird. He just kind of
stumbled.
Yeah.
Galagayev came in on a trying to counter.
Oh,
Tony Nelson to cement mixer.
So we're in overtime right now in the sudden victory, and McMullen shot. Bradley countered on an ankle. McMullen comes around on a spin, trying to get behind, and Bradley hanging on to that ankle.
And
he better hold on to that for dear life.
He's riding parallel here. He's not doing anything. You know, the Oklahoma State coaches are right.
Oh, you're talking about the other man.
Yeah.
Sorry. But McMullen out, and McMullen wins the match. McMullen with the takedown in overtime. So we talked about it earlier in the day. You live by the sword, you die by the sword.
Yeah.
Bradley dies in overtime.
Talk about it, right? Tony Nelson's going to hang on. Galagayev head down. He's not going to. So the Gopher hangs on.
Wow, Tony Nelson with the big win.
Wow. So it's going to be Nelson against McMullen. Honestly, guys, I didn't pick either one of those.
Well, yeah. Yeah, me either, to be honest. Wow. All right, so.
Guys, it was a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Anytime. Nelson did beat McMullen 4-1, the Big Tens. Just give you an indication there. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
Maybe
guys.
see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
I'll see you around.
All right, so what a big finish. We have one match still underway down there on the far mat. And Matt Gibson from Iowa State and Jack Trice. Matt and Jared Trice from Central Michigan. There's 31 seconds left in the first period, 0-0.
Risen from the dead.
Oh, okay. You can tell it's the end of the day. So as everyone filters out, all those hanger-oners down there at the far end, if they get out of the way, we can actually see this match.
Yeah, well, they're probably going to stand up, which
Well,
would be
I'm going to
awesome.
stand up.
Yeah.
Forget them. So it's 0-0 here with 8 seconds left in the first period in the final match of the night between Gibson from Iowa State and Trice from Central Michigan. And time runs down, and that's the end of the first period.
Now, again here, you know, Gerard Trice, he's a vet, man, and I had him going to at least the semifinals, and he might not be an All-American.
Well, that's correct.
But then again, for Iowa State, if he can win this match.
Well, they started the second period both on top. I think it was Trice's choice, and he decided to go neutral, which is probably not a bad idea because Gibson's pretty good with the legs.
Yep.
A lot of hand fighting going on. So we open up at 8:30, so I suppose Casper will want us here at 6. You think?
8:30, huh?
That's when the doors open. The thing doesn't start till 10 o'clock, though. So we'll go on the air tomorrow at 9:30, which means we'll be here at 9:29, bright and early. All right. So both wrestlers still on their feet down there on the far mat. A lot of hand fighting going on. No real shots. Trice in on a leg, but Gibson picks him off. Oh, Gibson kind of throws the whizzer on Trice, takes him down to the mat, but they go off the edge, and then, no, the referee calls him off the edge. So, looked like Trice might have got in on a takedown, but that did not happen. So back to the center.
I'm going to stand up here.
Minute 9 seconds left. If the ESPN guy would get that camera out of the way, I could actually see what's going on. Somebody holler at him. Tell him to put that damn thing down.
Yeah, he'd give you the money signal.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, man, don't you know this is Takedown Radio?
Yeah.
And Gibson in on a single leg, and Trice kind of backs out on that. The referee looked like he was calling a stall on Gibson, but now I don't have a clue what's going on now. Looks like Trice spins around trying to get on top. A lot of flurry of action, and one... I don't know what happened. He gave a signal for some kind of points. 2 points for Trice.
Trice, yeah. Looked like
got a takedown.
Scramble over there. He got a takedown.
Absolutely. So. You know, everybody else who's standing around down there decided to stand up in front of us.
Yeah.
All right, if all you people sit down, maybe we could see what was going on.
I think they're kind of thinking the same thing.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. You know, it's a lot better when there's only one match left, and it's right there. Yeah. Don't take us off yet. We're still broadcasting, fellas. Everybody's ready to go home.
Gibson's going to go back towards the center of the mat. It's 20 seconds to go in the second period. He's down 2-0 to Gerard Trice of Central Michigan.
Yep. Oh, Trice gets a caution.
It's real tough to score on him, though.
Little premature there.
I mean,
Gibson's fast, so Gibson's standing up to his feet. I would have tried to switch him if I was him. Gibson's got a great switch. Back to the mat. Trice on top of him. Can't see what's going on at all now.
Now Gibson's proven he can beat
7-5.
some big guys like
Yep.
McClure, you know.
Yep.
So
Looks like Trice is going to ride him out. 38 seconds of riding time, 39 for Trice. End of the second period. 2-0 in favor of Trice.
John Rader and Travis Paulson in the corner over there.
Oh, you can actually see the corner?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're standing up. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
All right, so Trice down on the mat. Gibson covers, and 8 guys stand up in between us. And Gibson's still standing up. When he stands up, I can see him because he's tall.
Yeah. All 6'5" of them.
Yep,
right?
see him over the top there, Beth. Trice with the second caution. All right, so referee ready to start, and there he goes. Blows the whistle. And Gibson, I guess Gibson's on top right now, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, Trice,
wow, looks
Trice
like a
comes
reversal.
out and gets an escape. Gets a 1-point escape.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
So
I'm
Trice
trying
up
to figure
3-0 now. Gibson going to have to do something big. Not in Gibson's nature to be Mr. Super Aggressive,
Yeah.
but he's going to have to be if he wants to win this one and continue on for a little higher All-American spot.
You know, he's good to. What he needs to do actually is at least get a takedown here and throw the legs in. But
Yep.
I mean, he's not real big on those 5-point throws or anything. So
No. Yeah, he does. He needs to get him down on the mat because Gibson's not worth a hoot when he's standing up.
yeah.
And Trice, of course, he's the master at bobbing and weaving and floats like a butterfly, stings like a bee.
Yeah. We've got a chance here to see Bradley Trice, which I think is fun.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
One more time in their careers.
Yeah.
Used to see that at the Midlands every year.
We call it the duck-billed platypus against the Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Platypus being Bradley.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll be an interesting match if that happens. They always get along so well.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we've got 47 seconds left. Mr. Gibson needs to get something done here. Mr. Trice is going to win. Trice, he just bobbing and weaving again. He's got the rope-a-dope going on. Backing up to the edge. Gibson kind of hand-fighting with him. Trice tries to shuck Gibson by, but that doesn't happen.
Trice is getting pretty physical there.
Yep. Trice just staring Gibson in the belly button by... Doesn't even have to bend over to do that as tall as Gibson is.
Yeah, and Trice isn't a small guy.
No.
So 25 seconds to go here now. Gibson's really got to pick up the pace a little bit. I mean,
Yep, going to have to do something here because he's done nothing all match and he's down by 3.
no shot attempt. I mean,
No.
there you go. Now there's a shot attempt on the side of the mat.
Yeah, but Trice with no points. Gibson, 8 seconds left. Standing on their feet, 7 seconds. So I thought Gibson was going to try to throw him upper body, but I guess that isn't going to happen.
Yep.
So 7 seconds left. Gibson back down on his, I don't know what we're doing. Oh, we're going to review this with 7 seconds left? Come on, fellas. It's getting late.
So the winner's going to move on and keep on wrestling for 3rd place, and the loser of this match will wrestle for 7th place.
7th place.
So, to be quite honest with you, even if if Gibson can't pull off the miracle here, if you told me that he'd have a chance to get 7th at the worst 8th, and he was going to be an All-American, I think most Cyclone fans would take that. But
yep. I tell you what, I think the only regret the Cyclone fans can have, I shouldn't say regret, but is they would have liked seeing Tanner Weatherman take that next step too, and he was pretty close to it. Otherwise, 3 All-Americans, got to be pretty happy with that.
Yeah. I think really it's not a regret, but I think, Gadsden not really advancing into the championship bracket and losing to a guy that he'd beaten 3 times already this year was kind of tough. But
well, that's the sad part. You got to win them all.
You're right. I mean, if there was a dark horse in that weight class, he was mine.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got 0 seconds left, and that's it.
So now it goes back and forth. Good action, though, by Gibson. Good effort. And Trice kind of doing his thing at the end of the match, and he's going to continue on for 3rd. And
who's Gadsden going to have? Loser. He's going to have
like
Wilps. That'll be a rematch of the Midlands. Wilps wound up winning with 3 seconds left on a last-second point. So that'll be a rematch. Gadsden knows what he's getting into.
So he's going to have...
Looking at Mike Marino here again, and
he's going to have... are you sure he's going to have Wilps over there?
Loser of 574, right?
No, he's going to have loser of 579. So it'd be whoever, it'd be Hanky.
No.
Yeah.
Gadsden beat Hernandez right there.
It's right here, 580.
No. They got to wrestle this one first. Gadsden's right here. He's got to wrestle the loser of 574, which is Wilps.
Loser of 5.
Right here.
Yep.
Because Gadsden's right here. He's coming right there.
Gadsden's right here.
What are you looking at? You're looking at Gibson. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm talking about Gadsden.
I was talking about Gibson.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I was like, we're not even talking about the right rate class.
You are correct.
Sorry. Yeah, because he.
Wait a minute. No, he's right here. No. Well, we're in a different weight class.
Trust me, that's not the first time those two have been confused. But.
And hang on just a second. Marino's going to wrestle Yates.
So yeah, you're right. Gadsden's going to have.
Yep. All right, so they're all looking at us saying, hey, maybe we ought to get off the air, you guys. We'd like to go home tonight. So, hey, we're going to close it down, and we want to thank everybody for listening again to this semifinal match. We appreciate all you listeners out there. We'll be back on the air at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow morning to cover the...
Actually on radio.
Oh, we're going to be on the radio at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, yep.
So if you like what you heard tonight and you're not in the local area, you can listen to Takedown Radio on KXNO on iHeartRadio tomorrow. Brought to you by Kemen. That's right. And a host of other great sponsors that we'll list off of the morning.
Maybe
Ridex Pest Control.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of others. So thank you for listening. Tune in tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, KXNO Radio locally, KXNO on iHeartRadio, or you can check us out on takedownradio.com. Thanks for listening, folks. That's it, man. Shut her down.